Okay, so let us start with the class. Okay, so let me know if any student is facing any technical difficulties. If not, then shall we start? Okay, so just a small request that in case if you have any doubts in between, you can type your doubts as you have always been doing. In case if your doubt is not being addressed, you can speak up in between also. But all request that you keep your mic mute while the class is going on, unless you have some very important doubts which is not being addressed. You should keep it off only. Okay. So I'm starting with the class today, and here geography very important subject, and more important in this section is the mapping part. So I will take care of both the static as well as the mapping part, and mapping we will try to do it on a daily basis. Okay, so first let me give you a 5-minute brief strategy for the geography. After that we will start with the subject that is mentioned in your schedule. Okay, so here with respect to the preparation strategy, I hope the board is also clearly visible. Okay, so with respect to the preparation strategy, I'm not going into the detail of the entire preparation. I'm just skipping some part and directly jumping to the number of questions that is being asked in the prelims. If you see with respect to geography alone, from last 2011 to 2023, I have done the analysis of number of questions out here. And if you see the analysis of the number of the questions, so in the recent past, it showed an increasing trend in the questions. You see the number of questions are more than 10, and around 4 to 5 questions will be mapping oriented. Okay, so if you see 2019 14 questions, and the rest of those years there were like the questions were in single digit. So now the thing is, UPSC always play this game. At times they will ask you more questions, at times very less number of questions. So to be safe in geography, you have to practice a lot of map. And I will be taking care of that also. So you don't need to worry for the mapping also. The static questions are really not difficult. In geography, we have seen one common trend is these conceptual questions are there. Conceptual questions are application oriented. Conceptual questions have certain standard. They are not too simple. At the same time, they are not so difficult to be attempted. They are moderate level. Okay, so which needs understanding of the concepts. The second type of question is mapping based. So here I hope if you have seen your portal, I have shared today's class material in advance. I will be taking care of the solar system today, and you will be shared with this question bank also. The last 23 years geography question paper, I have segregated it topic wise. So I will be taking care of the previous year's questions also. Okay, the previous year's question also along with the concepts. So we will understand the concept, we will solve the previous year's question paper, and then we will proceed ahead. And towards the end, every day for 15-20 minutes, we will be doing the mapping also. So 3 things you have to keep in mind. The very first thing is understanding the concept, solving the previous year's question paper after the concept, and the secondly mapping on daily basis. And third important thing is I will be giving you something to read. Okay, reading from the NCERT. For example, if you are taking the solar system chapter, then solar system is also there in your NCERT. So I will be telling you the specific chapter number also. Okay, which standard, which chapter number is to be read, so that it is better, it is easy for you to attend the class. Okay, if you have little bit of basic understanding. So I will be sharing this PDF today itself. I sincerely request all of you that you take the printout of the question paper, because in the final exam the question paper would be the printed one. It is the offline mode. So out here now, with respect to the geography syllabus in prelims, UPSC have given just one line syllabus: India and world geography, physical, social, economic geography of India and world. So physical, social, economic, it is very, very broad syllabus. There is no specific detail, just 3 important terms is given. Okay. So we will understand the UPSC by looking into the previous year's question paper. So there are 2 ways to understand a competition: look into the syllabus, look into the previous year's question paper. From here we did not get any broader understanding. Let me take you to the brief understanding. These are some important statistics with respect to number of questions, increasing number of questions. Here this is the trend of number of the questions. So here you can see with respect to the solar system, these are some important topics that we are going to deal. So the physical geography of the world includes solar system, geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, world biomes. So this is the world geography out here. And in this solar system, if you see the frequency of the number of questions, so you can see in 2013, 14, 15, 16 there were no questions, 17, 18, 19 you see questions, 22 and 23 you see questions. So before starting with any chapter, we will do this analysis. Okay, for timing I'll be sticking only to the solar system. In tomorrow's class I will be dealing with the geomorphology. Okay, so it is important to understand what is the frequency of number of questions being asked, because these are static and conceptual topics, and conceptual topics, the concepts would be same from last many years. The concept do not change. The factual things, okay, which is dynamic in nature, that may change. So with respect to the solar system, we can see last from last 10 years approximately, they have asked question around 7 times. Okay, around 11 years 7 times they have asked questions. This question paper also have the mains question paper. Okay, so you don't need to look into the mains questions for timing. You can only see into the prelims part. If you see the solar system topic from last 23 years, from 2000 to 2023, in 23 years UPSC have asked around 33 questions. So solar system alone 23 years mein 33 questions, which indicates minimum 1 question should be asked, or maximum 2. The average is 1.5. Okay, minimum 1, maximum 2 you can expect from this. This chapter have got overlapping with science and technology, space technology. Okay, so this have got overlapping with the space technology also. So if you have basic understanding of this, science and tech, space technology will be relatively easy. Out here, the further subtopics, the questions have been asked on Big Bang theory. The questions have been asked, basic questions on planet, sun, moon, asteroid, rotation and revolution of the planets, latitude and longitude. Okay, the the life cycle of a star, that black hole and all, we will understand that. So these are some important subtopics of the solar system topic in which UPSC have asked question. We just saw the syllabus. In the syllabus there was no mention of the term solar system at all. So we have done this analysis by going through the previous year's question paper and segregating them accordingly, so that it is easy for the students to approach that specific topic. In what detail it is to be done can be understood only if you have seen the previous question paper. In every class, as I am emphasizing, in every class before starting with any topic, so likewise in the mains also they had asked questions on the solar system. We are not emphasizing on the mains right now. We are directly jumping to the prelims part. This question paper will be available to you, so don't need to worry. I recommend that you take the printout of this question paper. So we are here on solar system now. Okay, solar system. Questions have been asked on Big Bang. Okay, Big Bang Theory. So we will go into the questions also. The questions have been asked on the magnetic field. The questions have been asked on magnetic field and living organisms and Earth with respect to the creation of the Earth. The question is being asked. In 2018, this question was there. We are not solving the questions. How will the class flow is we will be looking into the topic. We will go into the questions. We will try to see the questions. We will not solve it. After that, we will take the class and then we will solve it. Okay, to see whether we have understood the class or not. Okay, solving the previous year's question paper will have two advantages. One, you will start understanding the language of the UPSC, and second advantage is some of the questions are repeated also. And when we will be solving the questions, you will understand many questions are repeated. Concepts do not change, so they keep changing the questions of the same concept. Okay, ultimately the answer remains the same. The questions were also being asked on event horizon, singularity, string theory. Okay, it was there in the news, so the question is related to the current affair also. The question is being asked on the expansion of the universe also. Basic questions are there, and you see in 2023, if some of you have attempted 2023 paper, you would have come across this question. It was a very concept based question. Okay, it says these are some important objects in space and what are these objects. So just match the column. Okay, so it was not a difficult question. What made it difficult was this kind of pairing. Okay, as such, if students are able to eliminate one or two, okay, you will get the answer. The question was asked on the Goldilocks zone, asteroid and comets, okay, natural satellites. Okay, with respect to the which planet have the largest number of natural satellites. Okay, which planet lies between Mars and Uranus. The distance between Sun and the Earth, approximate distance between Sun and the Earth. And very recently in 2023 they had asked a question, astronomical distance. So basically the distance between Sun and Earth, the average distance between Sun and Earth is 150 million kilometer. 150 million kilometer. Okay, so that is considered as astronomical unit. One astronomical unit is equal to 150 million kilometer, which is the average distance between Sun and the Earth. Okay, and in the astronomy, the distance are measured using this unit, astronomical unit. Okay, so the question is why astronomical distance are measured in light years, in terms of light years. So basically these are not very different questions. This is also related to astronomical unit, this is also astronomical. Okay, the questions are one, the factual information, what is the average distance between Sun and Earth, and here the question is why that distance is measured in light years. Okay, so if we see another questions with respect to Venus, they have asked questions, solar system, basic questions, a generalized question on all of these. With respect to the rotation and revolution, the longest day of the year, and this question was very recent, 2022. Then on 21st of June, the sun is where? Okay, 2019, same. The question was same actually. It was a repeated question. So when we'll understand the concept, we'll do this question and you will understand it was repeated. With respect to the day and night, so with respect to the day and night is because of rotation of the earth, but variation in length of day and night. In winter the day is short, in summer the day is long. So why this variation? Okay, so this variation is because of some reason. We'll understand that. Weight of the body, so weight of the body is directly influenced by gravity. We'll understand that basic, then we'll solve this question. Okay, so here with respect to the revolution, they have asked. Face of the moon, they have asked question. Calendar pe they have asked question, and calendar pe twice. In 2014 they had asked question, and in 2004. So here this question With respect to, you can see the Gregorian calendar, and there are two types of calendar, the one which is dependent on sun, another one dependent on moon. Okay, so solar calendar, lunar calendar. Okay, so the many religion follows the lunar calendar. Hindu or Islamic religion, they follow the lunar calendar. Okay, so they have asked question Gregorian calendar, Islamic calendar. We'll see this also. Okay, with respect to latitude and longitude, this is mapping based question. Having understood what is basic about latitude and longitude, they have asked question, in the equator, which city is nearest? Okay, and so is the other question with respect to the equator. With respect to Tropic of Capricorn, they have asked mapping based question with respect to international dateline, which is on 180-degree longitude. So again, which strait is closest one? With respect to the pole star, one or two questions there. With respect to life cycle of star, wherein we will understand the black hole, they have asked a few questions. And black hole pe they have asked question in science and technology also. With respect to the satellite, that were used in detection of the gravitational waves, which was because of collision of two black holes. So that is technology based question on black hole, and this is a basic concept based question on black hole. So black hole pe both the questions have been asked. Okay, so out here we had some brief idea with respect to the question only with respect to the solar system now, and likewise we will be doing with the other topic also. So how is the teaching going to flow is I usually have habit of writing and then explaining. Okay, but we have limited number of lectures, so writing will be taking relatively a longer time, but you can write while I'm teaching. Okay, as you can see, my notes are mostly handwritten. PPT is also there, I'll be sharing that also. Okay, so whenever some pictures are needed, I will be showing those PPT also, and for the concepts and all, I will be mostly elaborating here itself. Okay, this will be available to you in advance. So how are you going to see this lecture? This lecture will be very effective and it will be very, very useful if you take the printout of this in advance. Take the printout and then start with the class. Okay, so that whatever I'm teaching, okay, you just keep on going through it. Any additional points if you find important during the class, you can just note it down there itself. So at least 90% of your writing work will be prevented. Okay, 10% whatever extra you feel important, you can keep on writing out of the classroom lecture and out of any material that you refer. If you refer NCERT, you see some important points there, you can pick up those points and add over here. Okay, so this is also available to you in the PDF format, and I shall also be sharing the PPT. Okay, the PPT on the solar system. See, it is easy to go through the PPT, and it is more what do you say, more pictures, more of pictures, so more interesting kind of lectures will happen if I go through these images. But you are here for competition, and competition may you have to be a competitor, not just a student. Okay, so out here we will be writing. Okay, if you are not finding it easy to write, because there are so many things to learn, certainly I will be going at certain relevant speed wherein everyone is able to catch up. So I hope everyone have understood the scenario, how we are going to proceed ahead. At this point, I would like to ask if you have any difficulty. Of course, the break, one student have asked for the break after 1.5 hours. Certainly, after 1.5 hours, I will be giving you a break. Okay, 5-10 minutes ka break I will be giving you. So that is fundamental. Yes, Miss Anuradha, we will be doing the calendar question concepts. Okay, I hope you have understood how we are going to proceed. We have still not started with any of the topic yet. Okay, so tomorrow I am going to teach the geomorphology. But before that, before geomorphology, what are you supposed to be prepared with? That I will be talking towards the end of the class. Since today is the first class, so chalo, solar system is there. Okay, and now these are some important topics which we have derived from the previous year's question paper, in which UPSC have asked question. None of these words were there in the syllabus, isn't it? But UPSC have asked question on all of these. So it is very, very important that you do the analysis of previous year's question, and I have done it very well, and that question paper will be available to you. As I said, the third part of everyday lecture is you are supposed to read something, and that something is NCERT. So here for solar system specifically, you can refer NCERT. If you have sufficient time, go with the 6th standard NCERT chapter 1, 2, 3 and 11th standard NCERT chapter number 2. Okay, if you don't have time, just go with the 11th standard NCERT chapter number 2 today itself. Hardly 2 pages is there. So after the class, go through the class material immediately and go through 11th standard chapter number 2 immediately on the very same day. If you lag even by one day, you are going to miss, you will keep trailing towards till the end. So the first day will be little difficult, okay? And if you are managing on the very first day itself, the entire geography class will be very smooth. One piece of advice I would like to convey over here is geography is very scientific. It is not a humanity subject. It is a very scientific subject. The human geography would be more of the humanity or the economic geography, but the physical geography of the world, okay, is very, very scientific. There are a lot of science concepts, and I will be taking care of those concepts also while I am teaching. Okay, you should be willing enough to accept those concepts. Okay, those concepts will be very very scientific. We don't need to go too much into detail, but just for understanding of geography, okay, we will be dealing with those physics or the chemistry concepts, okay, having with at the shallow level, so that a geography concept is understood. That is objective. So non-science students should not worry, okay, and they should be willing to accept anything that comes new to them. Okay? So as a part of homework, 11th standard ke NCERT chapter number 2. Mapping mein, how are we going? Today I will be not taking mapping. Tomorrow onwards I will be taking mapping. Okay, so let me give you a brief just about how mapping is going to be proceeded. I hope everyone have this atlas, Oxford ka student atlas. Student atlas is important. Oxford ka there is school atlas also. School atlas I do not suggest. Student one. This is usually for the competitive exams. Okay, if you have school atlas, you will struggle a lot. So gift it to someone. Okay, and you take this student atlas. Okay, this is competitive atlas. Okay. So here how are we going to proceed is, till the time the world geography is going on, okay, world geography is going on, I will be taking care of world geography ka mapping. When we'll start with the Indian geography ka concepts, so there I will be taking Indian geography ka mapping. I hope you understood what is the idea. Okay, so here with respect to any region, let us say, we will go region by region. Okay, so here if I am taking North America, okay, if I am taking, let us say, North America, so North America में, ठीक है. नॉर्थ अमेरिका में we will be, since this is atlas available to you, so I'm using the same atlas. So here in the case of North America, if we are first, there are two types of maps. One is political map, which have country name, places, states, capital, okay, and the another one is the physical map. Okay, so first we will take the one region. In tomorrow's class I'm going to deal with this, so be ready with the these atlas. So tomorrow I'm going to take North America, after that South America, after that Europe, Africa, okay, and towards the end Asia. Okay, so here in tomorrow's class, when we are dealing with the political map, so we will be going with all the countries and important places. For example, I will be telling this San Francisco. This is very, very important. So this San Francisco is important. I will be writing also quickly, so you should keep on writing in your atlas. Okay, and all of those things that I will be writing here will be would have been derived from previous 23 years question paper. From there you will get an understanding on what all area UPSC focus questions. Okay, more on detail I will be talking while I'm taking the mapping class. Okay, so every day towards the end 15-20 minutes mein you be ready with your atlas, be ready with the pen and marker. Okay, now for this since I will be doing live in the class itself, so iske liye ready made material will not be available. Okay, because there is no ready made material for the mapping. Okay, I hope you got the idea how we are going to proceed with the map. So shall we start with the class today? Okay, now don't think that we have emphasized too much on the strategy part. It is important because if you are not doing the strategy from the very beginning, you will keep landing up in problems. You will keep preparing for UPSC, but you will not be able to clear that exam. Okay, so since we have already done the analysis of the previous year's question paper of the solar system, we can now proceed ahead with the this topic. Okay, so as I had said, if you are very fast in writing, it is best if you write. If not, this thing will be available to you. You can just take the printout, okay, read it. Okay, and tomorrow's class I will be taking geomorphology. For that also I will be uploading the material today itself. Take the printout of geomorphology and then sit in the class. Okay, anything new is there, you can just add it. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, so with respect to that of the Big Bang theory, you saw that there were few questions. Okay, and I will be presenting the question paper also after the topic, so you can attempt those questions and you can write in the comment section. Okay, so here we start. With respect to the Big Bang, the speed will be little moderate. I will not be going too slow because this is not a foundation class. I will not be also going very, very fast, wherein the students are not able to understand the concept. Moderate speed pe I will be going. Okay, so here with respect to the Big Bang theory, so 13.7 billion years ago, this event took place. Before that, what was there in the universe, even the scientists do not know. There was no time also. Scientists do not know the time before 13.7 billion years ago, which means time is also finite in nature. Okay, so there was energy in the space. Okay, and all of these energy, they got concentrated into a very, very tiny ball. So this energy got concentrated into a very smaller space. Okay, so the volume started reducing, the small volume started reducing, and the energy was compressed into a smaller place. So volume got reduced, but pressure increased. Okay, pressure got increased, the temperature started increasing, the density started increasing. So you consider a bomb. Okay, consider a bomb. When the bomb explosion takes place, so what happens is there is release of the pressure. Okay, so what happened was that 13.7 billion ago, when these pressure was not being controlled, well, not being able to hold furthermore, an explosion took place. This explosion, this event is known as Big Bang event. Okay, Big Bang event. With respect to understanding of universe, there are many theories given. Okay, in the past many theories were also there. Those theories are discarded. This is the acceptable theory, and this theory is also mentioned in the NCERT, so you have to go ahead with this. Those theories which were not accepted, you don't even look into those one. So 13.7 billion years ago, so what happened was the volume which was reduced to very small space, that volume started increasing. Okay, as the explosion took place, the volume started increasing, and the energy which was there in the space, this energy got converted into matter. And in the nature, the vice versa is also possible. The matter can be converted into energy. For example, coal is a matter. You burn the coal, it will produce heat energy. So matter is converted into energy. Energy can also be converted into matter. So earlier the energy was converted into matter, then some energy was converted into the matter. Okay, and some energy are still there in the energy form itself. Okay, and this expansion took place. Initially this expansion was very fast. Okay, subsequently this expansion became relatively slower, and the very first atom was formed within 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. These are not very, very important things. What is important is here, after this Big Bang, it led to the creation of matters in the space. There are some matter, there are some antimatter. Now, what are antimatter? You will understand this in science and technology. Okay, there are some energy, there are some dark energy. Okay, again, these are very, very in detail things. There is a topic called as particle physics in your science and technology. So over there you will have understanding of matter, antimatter, dark matter, dark energy. Okay, because in last 23 years there were 8 questions asked on matter, antimatter, dark energy. 8 questions. Okay, so that will be taken care in science and technology. Here our focus is very simple. The space was created after the Big Bang event, and even the time was created. Okay, all of these things were created. In the prelims, if they happen to ask, they will be asking on this line only. Okay, after the Big Bang, what all things were created? So these things were created. Okay, so subsequently what happened was other things in the universe started forming. We are not going very much into the detail. We are not doing astronomy. Okay, we are not doing the PhD in the space. We are just having a basic understanding. So when the Big Bang event took place, so everything in the universe, what all do you see in the universe? You see star, you see planets, asteroids are there, moon are there. Okay, so how those formations took place, we'll understand that in the evolutionary format. So there was hydrogen gas in the space, and this hydrogen gas cloud, which was known as nebula, this nebula was formed. And in this nebula, the hydrogen fusion reaction started taking place. 2 hydrogen elements fusing together to form helium and neutron, and huge amount of energy was released. Okay, huge amount of energy was released. So these started forming a local small lumps in the star, and these lumps over a period of time became this star, and sun is one of the star. Okay, which means in the sun, hydrogen fusion reaction is taking place. This is called as a nuclear fusion reaction, because 2 nucleus is being fused together, and in this process huge amount of energy is being released. So nuclear energy, the nuclear energy, nuclear bomb, this mechanism works. Okay, and basically you must have heard about this one bomb called as hydrogen bomb. Okay, hydrogen bomb, hydrogen energy. you may be hearing these days. Okay, so those will be based upon these fundamentals only. Okay, so out here we are in the real life scenario, we are trying to imitate what the sun is doing. The sun is producing energy through this fusion reaction. So can we do the same on the earth also? Yes, China have successfully done this on experimental basis, on a very large scale basis. They will be doing so in the near future, and they will be able to generate energy from the hydrogen. And this question, hydrogen based energy, green hydrogen, you must have heard. Okay, 2 questions last year was asked in the prelims, 2 questions on green hydrogen. Okay, so there are possibilities that in future also such renewable non-conventional form of energy can be your question. Further, what happened was, so we saw this star formation took place, and in the case of our sun, solar system ka sun, that was from around 5 to 6 billion years ago. Okay, different stars had different lifespan. They were formed at different time. In case of our solar system, our sun was formed 5 to 6 million years ago, to be more precise 5.9 billion years ago. There were a lot of matters in the space. Okay, so these matters in this space, they started coming towards each other. So what happens is, you consider a sheet. You consider a sheet and you put 2 objects in the sheet. Okay, so a depression will be created on the sheet. Yes or no? A bulge will be created in the sheet. So this object will be trying to pull this object because of the depression, and this object will be pulled by this second object because of the depression, isn't it? And so in real scenario, we can see that they both are coming towards each other. So when the space was created, what is the space? Space is nothing but a sheet. You put object in the space, they will be coming towards each other. So because of that, what happened? This cohesion of these matter started taking place, and the matter that was needed for the formation of planet, okay, they started coming, and they started colliding, and they started cohesion. Cohesion means they started fusing. Okay, there was no hydrogen fusion reaction taking place. Okay, so there was no release of energy, just the matter stuck to each other. Okay, further, this collision of the matter also took place, and because of that this became more and more stronger. Okay, and with this, the planets were being formed. Okay, so matter in the space, they came together in cohesion, collision, and the planet was being formed. In the case of our solar system, the planets were formed around 4.6 billion years ago. Okay, these planets, UPSC may ask question on the chronology of the celestial body in the space. Okay, so this, with respect to the planets in the solar system, approximately 4.6 billion years ago, almost all the planets in the solar system. There are planets outside the solar system also. So that is not our concern, because even scientists hardly know about it. Okay, so yes, one student have asked about cohesion. So basically, see, matters in the space, as I said, they were there in the space, so their natural tendency was to come towards each other or pull each other. In that case, they started coming towards each other. These matters were very, very small. Okay, and every time, see, you consider the atoms ke andar nucleus is there. Nucleus fusion takes place, then it is nuclear fusion reaction, and huge amount of energy is being released out of it. So when these matter, in the case of planetesimal, when these matter, they came close, there was no nuclear fusion taking place. Okay, and because of that, the matter got stuck to each other. Okay, and small and big size rocky material were being formed. Okay, some of these formed planets, some of these form asteroids. Okay, some are just the dust particles with no further cohesion taking place. Okay, so understand the sequence. Big Bang event took place 13.7 billion years ago. Star was formed 5 to 6 billion years ago. Planets were born for 4.6 billion years ago. Okay, with respect to the further, if I talk about further if you talk about these things, so these material, when they came to close to each other, the planet formations were taking place. Okay, now we are going to go one step more into it, that when let me add the one page and help you to understand. No, it's already there. Okay, with respect to that of the earth, if we see specifically how evolution of the earth took place, so we started with the universe, then we came to the solar system, now we are coming to earth specifically. Okay, with respect to the earth, so earth have atmosphere, earth have water, earth have rocks. So atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, we'll try to understand in detail. It is there, geomorphology, then you have climatology, then you have oceanography, you have all of these. Okay, so in detail it is there in the individual chapter. Over here briefly we'll try to understand. See, when initially the earth was formed, when was it formed? 4.6 billion years ago. So when it was formed, it was very, very hot. Okay, it was, all the planets were very, very hot. Okay, so when you leave some hot thing in the space, okay, what happens is, over a period of time the heat will be released and that material will be cooling down. So when the earth was being formed, in the very initial stage, it was very, very hot. Over a period of time it started cooling and the heat was being released. The earth had its own atmosphere. This atmosphere was mostly composed of hydrogen and helium elements. Okay, hydrogen and the helium. Over a period of time, what happened was, from the interior of the earth, various gases, through the volcanism, various gases came out. Okay, these gases were water vapor, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, and oxygen also. So water vapor was very much large in quantity, carbon dioxide was also very much in large quantity, and oxygen was very, very little. But over a period of time, this also further changed. Okay, it did not remain constant. Okay, so initially it was hydrogen and helium, then these gases were there. Okay, and presently we have these gases, but in different composition. Different composition means the proportion of nitrogen is highest, followed by oxygen, that is followed by the argon, that is followed by carbon dioxide, that is followed by helium, krypton. Okay, I hope you are understanding this. Okay, so which means there were some factors responsible for this changing of the atmospheric composition, and this was also a prelims question. Okay, what were the factors responsible for the variation in the composition of the atmosphere? So these factors were two. Factor number one was the solar wind. Solar winds are very, very fast blowing winds. Okay, so these winds, what happened was, it blew away, it stripped away the atmosphere of the earth. So earlier the atmosphere of the earth was thick enough, okay, and later on this atmosphere became thin because some of the atmosphere were blown by the solar winds. This is one factor. Second factor is, with respect to the changing composition, was the living organisms. Okay, the living organisms also led to the change. I had mentioned about this point, that initially the earth was very, very hot. Okay, initially the earth was hot, and over a period of time it got cooled. So what causes atmospheric heating? Atmospheric heating is because of carbon dioxide, or you say the greenhouse gases. So the greenhouse gases causes the warming effect. So if there is less of greenhouse gases, less of warming effect. So out here, when these gases were there, carbon dioxide, methane, the gases that were released from the interior of the earth, as they were rising upward, they got condensed and precipitation took place. As precipitation took place, oceans were being formed. At the same time, the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere also got precipitated okay, and they went into the ocean. So carbon dioxide from atmosphere went into the ocean. So basically the earth got cold. If you release more of carbon dioxide or the carbon dioxide from the ocean is released back into the atmosphere, it will cause more warming. Okay, it is going to cause more warming. So here is the dynamic thing now. You must have studied about the climate change. You must have studied about the global warming. Okay, and one concern with respect to the global warming is that Arctic Ocean is melting. Arctic Ocean is melting, and these greenhouse gases is trapped there. And if the melting will take place, these gases which is trapped will be released back into the space in the atmosphere. That is going to further add the global warming. That will cause further melting of the Arctic, further release of the greenhouse gas, further global warming. So that feedback mechanism that is called as a positive feedback mechanism will start. It have already started actually, and it is very, very difficult to stop it. What can be done is the speed can be only reduced, but it cannot be stopped. Global warming cannot be reversed. Okay, so out here with respect to the living organisms, 3 questions are being asked on living organisms, but this is more of a science biology based topic. So in detail in biology we will understand, but here we are having a brief idea with respect to how this influenced the atmosphere of Earth. Okay? So as I had said that the carbon dioxide came in the water. Carbon dioxide was available in the water. Okay, so in the water, the living organisms, the very first living organism that is cyanobacteria. So what is this cyanobacteria? It is basically those organisms which is responsible for initiating the life, beginning of the life. So these are pioneer species. They are the one which started the life. Before them there was no life. So they are the pioneer of life, we say. So cyanobacteria, they started the process of formation of the food with the help of a mechanism called as chemosynthesis. You know photosynthesis. So photosynthesis mein photo is sunlight. So in the presence of sunlight, carbon fixation is done. Carbon is trapped and it is converted into food. But in chemosynthesis, chemicals, with the help of chemical, the food is being prepared. So cyanobacteria did chemosynthesis, and this life came around 3,800 million years ago. After this, blue-green algae came. Blue-green algae did the photosynthesis. So in the presence of the sunlight, they started taking the carbon dioxide from the water and they started converting this into food. Okay, so the carbon dioxide from the water also started reducing. I hope you are understanding. The carbon dioxide from the water were being taken up. Okay, were being taken up by this blue-green algae for the photosynthesis, for the preparation of the food. When these are producers. They are producers. When producers are there, then comes the consumer. Okay, consumers. So aquatic animals came after that. Okay, they started feeding upon this blue-green algae. After this, aquatic animals, what will they do? They will release CO2 and they will take oxygen. Yes or no? They will release CO2, they will take oxygen. Blue-green algae, they will take in CO2, they will release oxygen. Isn't it? And it depends upon the rate. Okay, which one is doing what and at what rate and in what quantity. Okay, blue-green algae were in huge quantity, so they dominated by trapping more of CO2. So CO2 concentration, okay, started reducing. Okay, CO2 was also released, but they were not equal. This was more dominant. Okay, so overall effect was CO2 reduced. After that, this aquatic animals, these were fish. After this, what happened? The amphibians evolved, which were able to live in water as well as on the land. Amphibians came. After this, the reptiles evolution took place. After the reptiles, mammals. After the mammals, the flowering birds. And before that, birds. Okay, birds were also evolved parallelly. So if you see in terms of evolution of living organisms, this was actually, I'm saying this question was asked three times, evolution of living organism, and the question was on the sequence only. And in those questions, UPSC had given examples. Okay, examples. They had given examples of the aquatic animals, amphibians, and reptiles. Okay, so if they change the example, the evolution will still remain the same, no? Okay, so from those examples, you need to identify which one is reptile, which one is amphibian, which one is aquatic organism. Just apply the sequence, you will get the answer. Okay, so these living organisms were also responsible for changing the composition of the atmosphere. Okay, and presently what do we have? Approximately 78% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen. So oxygen and nitrogen makes 99% of the atmosphere, and 1% में बाकी का all other gases are there. The rest all other gases is 1%. Okay, in which argon is 0.93%, CO2 is 0.03%. This table is there in the NCERT also, and anytime UPSC may ask question on that. Okay, so more in detail about the atmosphere we will do in climatology. So here our focus is the solar system. So I hope you are able to understand something at least here. Yes. Okay. Getting back?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Getting back over here to this, the Big Bang theory. So this tiny ball which exploded. Okay. So that point wherein it exploded, this point is called as a singularity. The point of singularity from where the explosion had taken place. Okay, and with respect to this one term singularity, UPSC had asked one question. So I'm going to present those questions also to you. So when this explosion took place, so now over here, with respect to that of the singularity, when this explosion took place, so certainly you considered a bomb, and when the bomb explosion, so certainly expansion will be taking place. Okay, so universe started expanding. You consider a galaxy A and galaxy B. So let us say a few years ago the distance would be, let us say, D1. So now the distance would have increased. Let us say the distance became D2. In future the distance is going to increase further, isn't it? And it is going to continue to expand. It is never going to stop. It will not stop. Why will it not stop? Can anyone answer me this? The expansion is continuous, okay, and it will never stop. Okay, can anyone tell me why it will not stop? Why will it not stop? Anyone?
Due to vacuum in the space.
Due to vacuum in the space. Chalo, very good attempt. Due to release of energy, due to ongoing chemical reaction, no. Matter is expanding. Okay, so one answer was close enough, due to vacuum in the space. I'll try to correlate with the help of a football. You take a football and you kick the football on the surface. After covering certain distance, it will stop. Why will it stop?
Friction.
Exactly. Friction. So friction is an opposite force. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And in the universe, where is the friction? So in the universe there is no friction. Very good. So in the universe there is no friction. So when there is no friction, so do you know Newton's law?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Newton's first law? anything if you don't know the Newton's law, it is okay, logic you know, okay, that in the space there is no friction. Okay, in the space there is no friction, so if you push something in the space, it will continue to go unless it is stopped by some other force, and there is no other force in the space. You getting this? Okay, so that yes, very right. One student have talked about this Newton law, that an object continue to remain in the state of rest, okay, or it will continue to remain in the state of motion unless it is opposed by or affected by another any other force. Okay, unless affected by, so that football, it will continue to move, okay, unless it is stopped by frictional force. Remove the frictional force, it will continue to move. I hope you got the concept. So in the universe, when the explosion took place, it started expanding, and it is expanding today also. Okay, and do you know this formula? Speed is equals to distance upon time. Yes, I hope you know the formula. Basic formula: speed equals to distance upon time. Yes or no? So it indicates what? Speed is directly proportional to distance. It means greater the distance, greater the speed. Yes or no? Greater the distance, greater the speed. So which means if the universe is expanding, okay, so as the distance increase, the speed of expansion will also increase. I hope you got this concept. The formula for the speed is equals to distance upon time, which indicates speed is directly proportional to distance, which indicates as the distance increase, speed also increases. So which indicates with the passage of time, as the distance between the galaxy will increase, the speed of separation or the speed of moving away from each other, that speed will also increase. So that is what I have written. The rate of departure, that is moving away from each other, is directly proportional to the distance between the galaxy. The rate of departure is directly proportional to the distance. Greater the distance, greater the rate of departure, or greater the expansion. Got this line? These are all concepts related, and it is little on a difficult side. So any point of time, if you have any difficulty, you can stop and ask me. And for the physical geography of world and that of the world and India, so it will take roughly 9 to 10 lectures, all of these, physical geography of world and India. And after that, economic geography 4 lectures, economic and human geography 4 lectures approximately. So at least for this initial 9 to 10 lectures, there are a lot of concepts, and I can assure you that these concepts are not available in the form of any YouTube videos, or not very well explained in the books also. It needs an understanding. It needs someone to be someone to explain these concepts. So here is the request: is you please attend the live session, live class. Okay, so that you can ask your doubts. In the recorded ones, of course, you can see, but how will you ask your doubts? Yes, I'm coming to this point also, redshift. Coming to this point also now. So expansion of the universe was given by this person known as Edwin Hubble. Okay, long ago he said that universe after the Big Bang event is expanding. So someone said, how do you prove that it is expanding? So he explained this with the help of the spectrum of this light. So the rainbow color, Vibgyor. So यहाँ पे we are coming to just one concept wala thing. So this colors have got a different frequency and different wavelength. Okay, different frequency and different wavelength. So the frequency of red color is 10⁻14 hertz, and the frequency of violet color is 10⁻15 hertz. So red color ka frequency is less, violet color ka frequency is more. Okay. With respect to that of the wavelength, red color ka it is 700 nanometer, and violet color ka it is 400 nanometer, which means red color ka wavelength is more and the violet color ka wavelength is less. ठीक है? So now the thing is, you consider that a light is coming towards you. A light is coming towards you, and the frequency of that light is decreasing. The frequency of that light is decreasing, or energy of that light is decreasing. The light which is coming towards you, okay, the light is white in color. Yes or no? The light is white in color. But if the energy of that light is decreasing, if the frequency of that light is decreasing, that frequency is decreasing, so it is going towards that. It is going towards that of the red frequency. Are you understanding this? And this indicates that violet color will not be seen in that light, blue color will not be seen, green will not be seen. It is mostly what is seen, what is visible is that red color light and orange color light. Okay, more of a reddish color light is visible. So that indicates what? That red color can travel longer distance. If you see the case of ambulance, danger sign, you see all are in red color. What is the reason? What is the reason that those danger sign are in red color? Ambulance. Exactly. Excellent. So one student had answered me, sir, it is because red indicates blood color, and red means if someone goes near that object or those things, one will be having that accident, okay, and blood will come out. To stay away from that, such things, red color is being used. So that is not the case. Red color is used because it is seen from a far off distance also. So which indicates that as the galaxies are moving away from each other, if you project a light, the light which reflects back, the light which is coming back, was noticed that those lights were having reduced energy, and those lights were having reduced frequency, and only the red color were being seen, which indicates that they are moving away from each other. That is the reason why frequency is decreasing and only red color is being visible. So the term red shift. So red shift indicates what? Red shift indicates expansion of the universe. I hope this one line is understood. Yes. Red shift phenomena indicates expansion of the universe. Someone have asked me, sir, what is frequency? Okay, so frequency, wavelength, these are very simple concepts. Frequency is what? Any event happening in number of times, the number of times that event have happened in 1 unit of time. Let us say in 1 minute, let us say in 1 minute, which is 1 minute, which is 60 seconds, an event happens 5 times. Any event that happens 5 times. So 1 minute mein frequency is 5. Are you understanding this? Frequency is 5. So any event happening in a specific number of times, that is called as a frequency. I hope you got this. Okay. Okay, I hope you got this. More into, see, I will be sharing you my number also. Most of my students, I'm mentoring some of you. I'm mentor for some of the students for PEP, so they can recognize me. The rest of the other students would be finding it new to me altogether. So I will be sharing my number. With respect to more concepts related things, you can directly contact me. Okay, I understand that is what I had said in the very beginning, that some non-science students will be finding it too much of physics is there, but I will be showing you UPSC ka questions, and there you will be surprised कि UPSC are asking so difficult level questions, and recent years mein they have asked questions. So if you do not go into the detail, okay, up to certain level, you would certainly find it very difficult. Okay, UPSC a question paper is coming very, very difficult. As such, it is not. So we have understood Big Bang, we have understood the expansion of the universe. Okay, in general terms, everything that is there in the space is universe. Okay, within the universe there are galaxies, and within so many galaxies we have one of the galaxies called as a Milky Way galaxy. Okay, and in this, there are several galaxies. In the several galaxies there are several stars, and near those stars there are several celestial bodies like, for example, the planets, okay, the moon, the asteroids are there. So if we take the case of universe, so it is one only, there is no second universe, but there are many galaxies. Within that there is Milky Way galaxies in which we are living. Within this Milky Way galaxies we have a solar system. Okay, within this solar system we have sun, we have planets, we have moon, we have asteroids, we have gas, we have dust particles, we have water, etc. We have living organisms. And in the case of living organisms on the other planets, aliens and all, that is 100% not proved. Okay, it is not 100%. They say that they have found water. So water might be there, but that does not indicate 100% life. Are you understanding this? Okay, 100% life is there. For example, they have found water on the moon also. They found water on other celestial bodies also. That does not indicate 100% life is there. Life in maybe there may have been life in the past. Okay, but the research is still going on. Okay, so we'll not go much into the detail of all of those things. Okay, out here we are going to proceed ahead with the big splat event. So out here, after the formation of the planets, which were formed around 4.6 billion years ago, what happened was, with respect to that of the Earth, 2 million years after that, after the formation of Earth, that is present, say 4.4 billion years. Okay, one big rock came and it hit the Earth. Okay, one big rock came, it hit the Earth, and it led to the splitting of the Earth into one big celestial body, one smaller one. Okay, so this bigger one continued to remain Earth. One smaller part that got chipped out of the Earth, that smaller part is the moon now. So this event through which the moon formation took place, this event is called as the big splat event. So Big Bang event se universe formation took place 13.7 billion years ago. Big splat event se moon formation took place 4.4 billion years ago. So let us quickly see the chronology. 13.7 billion years ago, Big Bang. 5 to 6 billion years ago, Sun to formation. Then 4.6 billion years ago, planets. 4.4 billion years ago, moon. 3.8 billion years ago, first life. Okay, that is what we had seen over here. That is 3,800 million means 3.8 billion. 3.8 billion years ago, first life was formed. Okay, this chronology is there in your NCERT chapter. You may have this table. This table is of the NCERT only. Everything is not important. What I have highlighted in over here, only that thing is to be just seeing once. Okay. So if you see this chronology, first the origin of the universe, then the sun, then the ocean continents, then the first living organism, blue-green algae. Okay, then marine organism, the first fish came, then the amphibian, then the reptiles. Okay, then the dinosaur was also a reptile. Okay, reptiles only. Dinosaurs got extinct, then the mammals, then the flowering trees, plants came, then the human beings came. So this chronology they may ask. Okay, so better be prepared with this. Okay, chalo. Now coming to some basics about the solar system. So solar system mein, I hope everyone is aware about the planets. Okay, with respect to that of the planets, we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Very quickly, these planets are the inner planets. Yes, these planets are also called as the rocky planets. These planets are also called as the terrestrial planets. Okay, UPSC will not ask question on this. Okay, these are for outer planets. These outer planets are also called as the Jovian planets या फिर gaseous planets. Okay, out here what UPSC have already asked question is with respect to the distance between the sun and the earth. The distance between the sun and the earth, UPSC have asked question. Okay, what UPSC may ask question is over here with respect to the appearance, can you see these inner planets are relatively very small, those outer planets are relatively big enough. The UPSC may ask question ki why these are small, why these are big. GS, general studies we are doing, we are not doing GK, we are not doing general knowledge, we are doing general studies. So general studies may the demand of the question is Y aspect. Okay, so one student have asked big splat. So with respect to the big splat, what happened was when the earth formation took place, one rock came and hit the earth and it led to the chipping. One piece of the earth got chipped out. Okay, and it started revolving around that of the earth. Okay, so this continued to remain the smaller one that is revolving around the earth, that is moon. Okay, with respect to the moon also there are some theories which is not acceptable. The big splat event is an acceptable theory of formation of moon. Okay, so let me address some other questions. Frequency in terms of light. See, the light is basically the sinuous wave. Sinuous wave matlab S-shaped wave. So the if I am taking in terms of this frequency, you consider that this is the wave. Okay, this is the wave, and you consider from this point to this point, this is the complete one wave. Okay, from here to here, this is complete one. Okay, so this is the positive half, this is the negative half. Okay, so this complete one wave, okay, this distance is called as the wavelength, and this is given by the symbol lambda. And how much time it have taken? Okay, how much time it have taken, that is the period. Okay, how much time it have taken is a period, and you can take any specific unit. Let us say in 1 minute. In 1 minute, how many times this wave completes? So if the wave completes like 50 times, the frequency is 1 minute mein it is 50 times this event is happening. Okay, so in terms of light have different colors: red, yellow, orange. Okay, and all of these colors have got different frequencies. So red ka 10⁻14 hertz. Okay, and in terms of violet it is 10⁻15 hertz is the unit of the measurement, okay, of the frequency. Okay, now with respect to the other things, there are many things that is yet to come with respect to the solar system. Okay, all things will be addressed, and few things are not important. Few things are really not important. It is advisable not to focus on those things because that will drain your time, that will drain your energy, and those things will never come in the exams. So you may have knowledge, but not for UPSC, and those knowledge will not help you to clear the exam. So those things which I am emphasizing over here, level 1 is first get understanding of these things. Level 2 is look into the previous year's question paper or mock questions or the daily test. Okay, then the NCERT. After that, there are n number of things to be done. Don't do. You neither have time and it is not at all needed also. ठीक है? Chalo, getting back over here. After this, I am going to show some questions to you. You are going to solve that. So with respect to that of these planets, my question were why these are small, why these are big. Yes, can anyone answer? Why inner planets are small, why outer planets are big?
Due to the position with respect to sun.
Due to the position with respect to sun, very good.
The solar winds cannot reach to this gaseous planets.
Solar winds cannot reach up to the gaseous planets. Very good, excellent. Okay. See, these planets, inner planets had a relatively lesser gravity as compared to these planets, outer planets, which had relatively higher gravity. So, when these have more stronger gravity, they will be able to hold their atmosphere very strongly. Yes or no? They will be able to hold their atmosphere very strongly. Earth pe you can consider the gravity started increasing. Then you will not be able to leave the earth. है ना? The earth gravity will pull you. Let us say earth gravity is very less. Then you will be very easily able to leave the earth. So here in these cases, the gravity was relatively less as compared to this. So the solar heat waves were able to easily blow away their atmosphere, and blowing of their atmosphere led to the shrinking or smaller in terms of appearance of these planets. These planets, if I say, these planets are not so big. These planets are small only, but they have a very, very thick atmosphere. That is why when seen from a far off distance, it appears that they are huge. They have a very thick atmosphere in real sense. Understanding this? Okay. So very good answers given by two students. Okay. So here, these are in close vicinity. Solar winds pe also they have asked question. Solar winds, specifically winds pe they have asked question. So we are going to deal this, after some while. Here in terms of size, you see, in terms of size, so 2-3 points we will see. Size we will see. We already know the order. Okay, order pe they have asked question, and we will see the distance between the sun and the earth, and distance between earth and other planets. We will try to see it relatively. So in terms of size, which is the biggest planet? Jupiter. Okay, and if we see with respect to that of the smallest one, it is Mercury. But if you have to memorize all of these, so first outer planets का descending order में Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay. After that, Earth. After that, Earth. ठीक है. Inner planets में, which is the planet which is biggest, Earth. Earth say relatively similar size but little smaller. Similar size but little smaller. It is Venus, followed by Mars, and smallest one is Mercury. Okay, I have already mentioned this sequence over here. Okay, so you may memorize over here, but it is better. The outer planets में order is common. Inner planets में Earth is the biggest one. Earth का twin planet कौन है? Venus, sister planet या फिर twin planet also. ठीक है, followed by the Mars, and smallest कौन है? Mercury. Okay, I hope you got this thing. Now the blue one I have written, the data that I have written is in terms of distance between sun and the planets. What is the average distance between the sun and the earth? If you remember, I had said this in the very beginning. You can write in the comment section.
150 into 10 to the power 60 million kilometers.
Into to the like power of 5, it is lakhs, but it is in terms of millions, so it should be in terms of 10⁶. Okay, 1.5 million kilometer, not 1.5, it is 150 million kilometer average distance I'm saying. So it means the distances at times it is less, at times it is more, and average is 150. ठीक है? that average distance, which is 150 million kilometer, is called as 1 astronomical unit. Okay, so here one astronomical unit is equal to 150 million kilometer, which is the average distance between Sun and Earth. This question was asked, and you may not expect a question with respect to other planets. What is the distance between other planet and the Sun? They may not ask. Okay, but you know the sequence. The sequence should be sufficient enough to help you. So 1 indicates 150 million kilometer, okay, which is the average distance between Sun and the Earth. 0.7 is 0.7 astronomical unit, yani ke 150 into 0.7. Okay, so it would be close to 100 million kilometer. Okay, then 0.5 astronomical unit, which is much smaller. Approximately it should be 70 to 80 million kilometer. Okay, so don't need to go into exact value. Okay, just see the average distance between the Sun and the Earth. Okay, done. Mars size is smaller than Earth. Why? See, different planets have got different compositions. Okay, and in terms of the size, see, Earth may, as compared to the other planets, evolution have taken not only in life, evolution have taken in atmosphere also, evolution have taken in terms of the geology, interior of the Earth also, a lot of evolution have taken place. With respect to that of the other planets, the evolution have not taken much. Okay, so they have got different chemical compositions, they have got different material. Okay, so more of other planets remain constant or static in nature since the time they were being formed. Earth have undergone a lot of changes. Okay, so in terms of size, the size is variable because of various factors. Okay, the variability is because of various factors. Okay, shall I proceed ahead now? As I had said, I am going to present some question. So here are some questions. You all can from tomorrow's class, what are we going to do is, this PDF will be available today itself. So take the printout of this PDF question paper today itself, and all the notes, handwritten notes that I am presenting now will also be available in advance. So take printout of all at once, so that from tomorrow onwards, when I am presenting the question, you don't attempt this from board, you attempt it from your question paper, and you mark it there. Okay, and any new things if you are learning, you write it there itself, and afterwards you revise these questions also. If you have attempted some question, it went wrong, write the reason, why you made the mistake. Don't look into the right answers. The objective is not to attempt the right answer, the objective is to learn. So you attempted any question, it went wrong, write what were you thinking while attempting the question. Okay, so that next time you don't repeat those kind of things. When you have attempted the questions, it was right, so it can be because of two reasons. One is you knew the answers very well. Second is you knew little bit, you applied your brain, you applied your logic, and you were able to answer. So the second thing is very, very important. Okay, application of logic. So when you attempted such kind of questions, you write that also. What were you thinking while attempting that question? And that trick, that skill, should be used many number of times, and every time when you are getting correct answer out of that logic, the same logic can be used in the exam. I hope you are understanding. So we are learning the skill of solving the questions. Okay, all questions will not be solved out of knowledge. Okay, so skills as needed. So have understanding, have marking of both. So here is this question. The very first question, please try to attempt this. I'm presenting this on the board. I hope it is visible to all of you. You can write the answer in the comment section. Some of you might be knowing the answer, but still, let us attempt these questions. Do not see the comments of other students before writing your answer. You write the answer on your own. You can even go with the second question. Okay, so some of you, like most of you, attempted the answer. The question is, consider the following statement: the Earth's magnetic field has reversed every few 100,000 years. We have still not studied about the magnetic field of the Earth. Second, so it may be right, it may be wrong. Second, when the Earth was created more than 4,000 million years ago, there was 54% oxygen and no carbon dioxide. So this is wrong. There was very little oxygen. How much percent was there? This data was deliberately given to trap you. Okay, and there were no carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide was very high in quantity. How much? That is not to be worried. So this is wrong. When living organism originated, they modified the early atmosphere of the Earth. This is true. Modification. So here is the trick I'm telling you. Those statements which usually have some data, some facts, so 90% of the statement will be correct. That fact, that data will be wrong. So that whole statement is considered to be a wrong statement. Okay, one logic. Second logic is, when the statements are general, explanatory, simple, without data, those statements are usually correct. So 90% of time it will give you the correct answer. 10% you may go wrong also. Okay, so if you are attempting the question in which you are in such kind of dilemma, you go with this logic. Take a risk and go. So here third statement is true, second statement is wrong, and first statement is dilemma. So second statement you eliminate, third one has to be chosen. So C is the correct answer. Okay, all of you given the right answer. Second question over here, the term event horizon, singularity, string theory and standard model are sometimes seen in news in the context of. So if any student have missed the the concept, so out here see, we are going to understand this statement also, but let us come to the geomorphology. I will be teaching you the magnetic field, okay, and then we'll understand. Okay, so here that statement is correct as such. Second question is, we don't know about event horizon, we don't know about string theory, standard model, but we have heard this term singularity. It was in terms of universe, creation of universe, Big Bang theory, we had understood. So here the very probable answer is observation and understanding of universe. Option B says study of solar and lunar eclipse. Absolutely wrong. C says placing satellites in the orbit of the Earth. Wrong. And D, origin and evolution of living organism on the Earth. So you may get confused in A and D. A talks about universe. Okay. A specifically mentioned about universe. D talks about Earth. And singularity, it talks about Earth or universe. Universe, no? Okay, it is not with respect to that of origin and evolution of living organism. It is not specifically with that. If you are aware about this Darwin's theory, Darwin's theory, evolution of living organism. Yes, so that theory is basically related to living organism on the Earth, evolution. Okay, so here the answer is A. So 1-2 student went wrong, but it is okay. Okay, not an issue. Now, with respect to the third question is very interesting. Please attempt this question. We just studied about expansion of universe. Did we study about Redshift. Yes, we studied about the redshift phenomena also. So attempt this question. This question is very interesting. So okay. So some student says A, some student says B. Okay. So with respect to the expansion of the universe, we have studied that redshift phenomena, is an indication of expansion of the universe. So 2 has to be there. So C and D can be very well eliminated. We are left with A and B now. Okay. Some student have given B as the answer. It is not wrong. Okay. What UPSC has given answer key as? UPSC answer key is A. UPSC answer key is A. So A is basically this 1 and 2 both. One is detection of microwaves in space. Detection of microwaves. See, now again, this is in detail in physics. Space technology mein teacher should help you to understand that in the space that there are various radiations. Space technology mein radiations you should be studying. So light is one of the radiation. Okay, in light mein we just did light. We did not do microwaves. There are radio waves, there are X-rays, there are alpha, beta, gamma rays. Okay, ultraviolet rays. Okay, infrared rays. So there are various radiations. Okay, microwaves is also cited by the scientist as one of the evidence of expansion of universe. How you should be understanding this in the space technology? As such, this question in last 23 years was asked only one time. So you may not expect a question like this again. Okay. But the redshift, this redshift is a very, very common phenomena. This may be asked, but with respect to the microwaves and other radiations, there is very less likely that questions will be asked. Okay, so don't need to worry. The answer key given by UPSC is A, both. Okay, 1 and 2. In this question paper, the answer key, the authenticate answer key is from 2011 to 2022. So in this question paper, the question is from 2000 to 2023. Official answer key available is from 2011 to 2022. So all those questions from 2011 to 2022, their answers keys are official answer key of the UPSC. Okay, so that is validated one. So there should not be any ambiguity. Yes, UPSC they release the answer key after the final result. Prelims answer key is presented after the merit list. So every year there is 1-2 controversial questions or 1-2 controversial answer, which is usually not accepted by the experts. Okay, so UPSC don't want such kind of controversy. That is the reason why they release their answer key not after the prelims exam. They release it after the merit list. By the time mains is gone, interview is gone. So even if you were passing by that 1-2 question, if you missed by 1-2 question and final answer key mein you realize 1-2 answer was wrong, and had it been correct, you would have passed the prelims. Then that is a sheer bad luck, and no one can do anything about it. And in the last 3 years, it was seen, that is 22, 21, 20, and one more year. It was seen that every year UPSC is eliminating one question in the final answer key. They have dropped 1 or 2 question, because they were not able to come out with their answer. Yes, official answer key mein the answer is not given only. They have dropped that question. Means marks for that question will not be counted. Whether you attempted right or you attempted wrong, the question itself is eliminated. So they will do the merit the prelims cutoff on the basis of 99 questions or 98 questions, not 100 questions. So such things are there. So 1 or 2 questions every time you will see controversial, and you don't get carried away by such kind of things. Okay. Yes. As I said, yes. So microwaves, certainly you should be studying in the space technology, and with respect to that, these questions can be easily solved. It is not a difficult question. There are many questions from two different topic, and there are few questions for 2 different subject. So UPSC, not only frame question from one topic, they frame questions from 2 different topic into one question, 2 different subject into one question. Okay, so here science and geography. Science, too much of detailed science, that is why I'm not going into the detail of this specific question. Okay, chalo, let us proceed ahead now. Okay, let me know whenever you need break. I'll give you 5-10 minutes ka break, and then we can proceed. Should we continue or do you need a break?
Continue, sir.
Let us see what majority says. So majority is asking for break. ठीक है, we'll take a break. ठीक है. So I will not be giving you a very lengthy break. So it is 12:05 now. So we will resume by 12:15. 10 minutes का break is sufficient. 12:15. ठीक है. So exactly at 12:15 we will resume. And since we start a little late, so can I take class till little late? 15-20 minutes extra, because solar system, as mentioned in the schedule, it's to be completed in 1 day. So I would like to complete this today itself, so that tomorrow every day we take those topic which is mentioned in the schedules. And to help you to go along with the class, the PPT and the handwritten notes, the previous year's question paper, all is synchronized accordingly. Okay, chalo. So we'll meet in 10 minutes. Okay, 12:15 pe exactly we'll start. Chalo. So with respect to the revolution of the planets, see some of the questions, the previous year's questions are there. They are too simple in nature, and these questions, very simple questions are there. I would want you to solve this. I've just reminded them to upload this on the portal, so it will be available. So please take a printout, and today itself read 11th standard NCERT chapter number 2 solar system, and solar system ka MCQs. 33 MCQs are there of solar system. Some of this we are doing in the class. Some of this you have already done in your past also. Okay, so some new questions will be there. Please attempt them. Okay, doing all the questions in the class is little on the difficult side. See the question average distance between the sun and the earth, it is 150 million kilometer, which is 10⁶, 115 to 10⁶. Okay, so in any questions if you have difficulty, then I will be sharing you my number. You can connect with me over the Telegram. You can take a screenshot of the questions or any specific paragraph of NCERT or any book if you have come across. You can highlight your query, you can write your query, and then you can connect with me. Okay? Okay, so we'll proceed ahead now. With respect to that of revolution of the planet and rotation of the planet, both are important, and on both UPSC have asked questions. So revolution of the planets, also known as, this theory is also known as the law of planetary motion, and this was given by Joseph Kepler, J. Kepler, and on his name there are some satellites also. Okay, so he gave 3 laws. Okay, 3 important law. One law was with respect to the orbit, one law was with respect to the area, and the another law was with respect to the time. Little bit of physics is involved, so pay your attention and you will understand this very easily. Law 1. The first law is the law of orbit. It is a law of the orbit which says that all the planets revolve in the elliptical order. Okay, all the planets revolve in the elliptical order from west to east direction. Okay, west to east direction. So revolution, if we see rotation is also from west to east direction, but the rotation may the little bit of difference is there with respect to the revolution. All, I'm emphasizing, all the planets revolve in the elliptical orbit. It is not circular, it is elliptical, which means at times the distance is close by, at times the distance is far enough. The orbits are of different shapes. At times it is circular, at times it is elliptical, at times it is eccentric. Eccentric, what is eccentric? We'll come across that, but circular, mostly planets don't revolve in the circular orbit, they are mostly in the elliptical. So all the planets revolve in the elliptical orbit from west towards east direction. Okay? Or you say anti-clockwise. Very simple. Second law is law of area. Law of area. So what does this say? When the planet is revolving, I'll take the case of this. Understand the diagram. This is sun and this is the planet. Okay, so at times it is close, at times it is far. And you know this physics that the gravitational force. I hope you know the formula for this gravitational force. The gravitational force का formula, anyone? This is given by Newton. This was also a prelims question. Okay, Einstein theory of relativity, that was also a prelims question. Okay, so those are there in the science and technology here. Yes, one student have very rightly written the answer. Gravity or gravitational force ka formula is G m1 m2 upon r square. G is the gravitational constant, m1 is mass of one object, m2 is mass of another object, and r is a distance between the two objects. Okay? So more the mass, more the gravity, more the distance, less the gravity. So mass is directly proportional and the distance is indirectly proportional. So if this is more, this is more. If this is more, this is less. Okay? So getting back over here. So over here, this distance is less. Yes or no? This is less, this is more. So over here, the gravitational force will be more. Yes or no? The gravitational force will be more. Over here, the gravitational force will be less. Yes or no? The gravitational force will be less. Now, when the gravitational force is more, means pulling is more. When the pulling is more, don't you think this planet will be pulled by the sun? They should be pulled by the sun, because distance is less, gravitational force is more. So logically, it should be pulled, but it does not happen. Here, the distance is more, gravitational force is less. Gravitational force is less, the pulling is less. So something in the circular orbit, if you are riding a bike or a bicycle, and if there is a turn, if there is a curved, okay, so what do you normally do? You normally slow down the speed, yes or no, and then you take a turn. Why? Because on a circular path, centrifugal force is acting. Centrifugal force, which tends to throw you away from the center. Okay, so what you do, you tend to slow down the speed. So over here, when the gravitational pull is less, so don't you think in the circular path this planet should be thrown away? But this also does not happen. So why it does not happen? Because the planet slows down the speed. The planet revolve slowly, not rotate. Rotation ka speed is same, revolution ka speed is relatively slow. So in this distance, the speed of revolution is relatively slow, and in this distance, since there is a chances that it will be pulled, so in order to escape this pulling, this planet runs fast. It revolves faster over here. Okay, so you have understood less distance, more gravity. Pulling should be more. To avoid that, it run fast. More distance, less gravitational force. Though centrifugal force is high, so chances it will be thrown. To avoid being thrown out of the orbit, it moves slowly. I'll give you an example of a small kid. Okay, a very vague correlation, but you are a grown adult and let us say you are running behind a small child. So you must have seen that you are big and the child is small. But the child, when you are close enough to the child will run faster and it will escape from you. And when the child is at a relatively far off distance, the child knows that you cannot catch. The child runs slowly. So it is like that only. To avoid being pulled, it runs fast. To avoid being thrown away, it runs slowly. Getting this? So speed is, let us say V1 and speed is V2 over here. V1 is more, V2 is less. Understanding these things? Okay. So out here, the objective is that this area that it had covered while moving fast and this area that it had covered while moving slow, these two area A1 and A2, they are same. This area remains constant. Okay. So once again, out here now this is very scientific. Less distance, more gravity, moving slow. More distance, less gravity, moving. Sorry, here it is fast and here it is slow. So out here now, what are the important parameters? V1 is one of the parameter, velocity is a parameter, radius is another parameter, area is another parameter, and mass, let us say mass of the object. Will the mass change? Mass will not change. Whatever is the mass of the object here, mass of the object will be same here also. Mass will not change. So what did not change? Mass did not change. Second thing, what did not change? Area. If you calculate the area, it may look bigger, but it is relatively small. It may look smaller, but it is relatively longer. So if you calculate the area ka value remains the same. Mass do not change. Area do not change. What changes? What changes? Radius, yes, changes. Less, more. Velocity changes. More, less. Are you understanding this? Okay. And last one thing, momentum. So what is momentum? Anyone, any idea? What is momentum?
Force into impulse.
Force, yes, it is. I have mentioned the force into, it is not force, mass into velocity. Very good. Mass into velocity. I'll try to correlate again. You can consider a truck 1000 kilo and it is moving at the speed of 20 km per hour. A cycle, take a, let us say 50 kilo and it is moving at the speed of 20 km per hour. Okay, so which of the two will have more momentum? Truck? Yes or no? Momentum का formula is mass into velocity. The velocity दोनों का same है, it is same, but mass is different. So when you will be impacted by the truck, you will be impacted more severely. When you are impacted by cycle, you will be impacted less severely because of difference in the momentum. Though the speed is same, mass is different. Vice versa can also be done. Cycle wala moving at the speed of 20 and another cycle wala moving at the speed of 200 km. Yes, the weight is same but velocity is different. Yes or no? So momentum will be different. Different momentum, different impact. So over here, when the object is moving in the circular orbit, then over here it is called as the angular momentum. Okay, the term angular momentum is used. Okay, and mass, velocity, and one more thing will be added is radius. Mass, velocity into radius. So over here formula is m v1 r1. Over here angular momentum formula m v2 r2. I hope you are understanding this. Now m and m is constant, as I had said. Mass do not change. So mass and mass will get eliminated. Velocity, radius, velocity, radius. So velocity is more over here, radius is less. Velocity is less, radius is more. And if you try to find the actual value will come out to be equal. Which means angular momentum also remains same. So like mass, like this area, angular momentum also remains same. So we say conservation of angular momentum. Okay? So have you heard of this concept? Conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another form.
Yes.
Have heard, no? So likewise, angular momentum. I'll try to make it simple now. Have you seen, if you have gone to fair, have you seen that death well? Death well, in that biker, rides the bike in that well or car. Why does the biker don't fall? You must have seen. Okay, why does the biker don't fall? Because it maintains angular momentum. It maintains angular momentum. So it is circular in nature. Since that is very circular, okay, so speed will be same at all the point. Speed, because radius is same, speed will also be same. Okay, so at every point it tries to maintain constant angular momentum. If it slows down the speed, angular momentum will be changed, it will fall down. If it accelerates too much, angular momentum will be very, very high, it will be thrown out of that well. So at every point it maintains a speed, and by that it maintains angular momentum, and because of that it does not fall. The same thing happens over here. Elliptical orbit hai, so radius ka value is different. That is the reason why velocity ka value is different, but in both the sense angular momentum does not change. Angular momentum remains the same. And because of this angular momentum, because of this conservation of angular momentum, this term, because of the conservation of angular momentum, it always continue to remain in that orbit. It never deorbits. I hope you got this.
Yes, sir.
I hope you got this. Okay. So you might be finding, why to go so much into detail. Wherever I am going in detail, okay, UPSC have gone in detail and asked question. Where I am telling you not to go in detail, UPSC have also not gone too much into detail. Okay, so in some places I will go detail, some places I will take you with the shallow knowledge, and you go according to me. Okay?
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, so I'm not understanding the shaded area A1 and A2. Is it the area of the gravitational field?
Yes, it is the area of that gravitational field, you can say. Okay? So two law, I hope you have understood, law of orbit and law of area. Okay, now this was more scientific, but it is very, very important. The third is law of time. Law of time, revolution hai, the revolution ka specific time is needed. So in the case of the earth revolves around the sun in how many days? 365 days. Okay, 365 days and 6 hours approximately. Okay, so now with respect to that of this formula, I'm repeating this formula again. Speed is equals to distance upon time. Yes or no? Speed is distance upon time. So let me write this formula this way. Time is equals to distance upon speed. Yes or no? Which means time is, someone's mic is on, please put it off. Time is directly proportional to distance. Can I say? Time is directly proportional to distance. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So more the distance, more the time it will take. ठीक है. तो sun के around में Mercury is closest, less distance, so it will take less time for revolution. Venus is little far from Mercury, so Venus will take more time for revolution. Earth will take more time for revolution. So likewise, if we say smallest distance is Mercury, so shortest time of revolution, shortest year, smallest year. Uranus, furthest from the sun, so it will be taking more time for the revolution. Its year will be 1 year will be longest. Earth ka 365 days. Okay, so in terms of simplification, Venus will take less than 365 days. Mercury will take much less than that of the Venus. Mars will take more than 365 days. Jupiter will take more than Mars, so on and so forth. To rest all of the planets, you don't remember the revolution time. सिर्फ Earth का पता होना चाहिए. If you know only about the Earth, okay, the rest is not to be memorized. ठीक है? I hope you are getting this. Now, one student have asked, how can there be change in the momentum when the Earth is revolving with constant acceleration? No. Earth is not revolving at constant acceleration. When the Earth is in the perihelion position, this position is basically the point when it is close enough. When it is in the perihelion, the revolution speed is fast. The revolution speed is fast, and when the Earth is aphelion, which is a far off distance, the revolution speed is relatively slow, so it is not the same speed. Okay, and rotation is same. Rotation ka time 24 hours. Okay, so here also 24 hours ka rotation, here also 24 hours ka rotation. ठीक है, but revolution speed is not same. If the orbit had been circular in nature, then in that case we could have said that the revolution speed is constant, but here it is not. Okay, so on the basis of this, can we attempt one or two questions? This question number 18. Yes. Question number 18, if it is visible, and question number 19 also. Is it visible to all of you? Question 18. At least attempt question number 18. After that, we'll attempt question number 19. Can anyone tell me what is the diameter of the Mars with respect to that of Earth? Diameter of Mars with respect to
half of Earth's.
Excellent. Miss Ekta said double नहीं है. Mars is smaller in terms of size, na? Mars is small. And if your observation was strong, I had written 1 point also there.
Yes, Mars is half of the Earth's size.
Exactly. Which is the Earth has double. ठीक है. Which is the twin planet of Earth?
Venus.
Okay, very good. Which is the morning star?
Venus.
Okay, which is the evening star?
Venus. Yes.
Which is the sleeping planet? Some factual question I'm asking, but which is the sleeping planet? Anyone? Don't Google and answer.
No idea.
Nobody should Google. It is okay if you don't know, but it is absolutely, injustice to yourself if you Google an answer. Some said Neptune, some said Uranus. Answer is one of the two. Neptune या Uranus में से ही है. Not Pluto. Pluto.
Because
Not. I said answer is out of the two, either Uranus or Neptune, not Pluto. I will answer. I myself will help you to understand this. Don't worry.
Is it Neptune because it's farthest and
No. It is Uranus actually. Uranus. Sleeping planet. I'm saying this in terms of angle of tilting. Okay. And okay. Take it. I'll answer this. Can you try and attempt this question? Question 19. Very simple. Perhaps I could take each and every question in the class itself, but time constraint is there. So I will be taking some selected questions. The rest you solve it. Okay. And let us say if I'm asking directly a question, which planet takes maximum time for one revolution? What should be the answer?
Jupiter.
Out of this. Uranus or Neptune?
Uranus.
Neptune. No, Neptune is the planet which is furthest from that of the sun. So Neptune should be the answer, not Uranus. Yes or no? Okay. Shall we proceed ahead now? Do you want me to continue this way? Or should I open the PPT? Because in PPT also these things are there. Okay. The PPT will look more dramatic. All these things are there in the PPT also. If you want, I can take from there also. I'll add 1-2 information in this. With respect to these inner planets and outer planets, between these two planets, you know that there is asteroids. Okay, asteroids are basically the dust particles, the gaseous particles, the rocks also, and these are of small or big size. Okay, small or big size. So this entire region is filled with this rocks of small and big size. This is called as the asteroid belt. A similar belt is there after Neptune. That belt is called as a Kuiper belt. Okay, that belt is called as a Kuiper belt. Kuiper belt is relatively more thick as compared to that of the asteroid belt. Okay, 1-2 information I'm adding over here, that from the asteroid, the biggest asteroid, it is not visible here, but I'll add this. The biggest asteroid in the asteroid belt, can anyone tell me the name of that asteroid?
Ganymede?
No, it is Ceres. The biggest asteroid is Ceres. Okay, Ceres. And this Ceres, it is also a dwarf planet. So what is a planet and what is a dwarf planet? Okay, I'll tell you the difference in a short while. You know very well that there is this Pluto is a dwarf planet, but what is the difference between the planets and dwarf planets, we'll understand. So asteroid belts have rocks, gas, dust particles of variable size. Biggest one is Ceres, it is also a dwarf planet. And Kuiper belt is also same, gas, dust particle, rocks, plus ice crystals are also there. Since they are very, very far away from the sun, so some gases are in the frozen form also. Okay, and that is the add-on with respect to that of the asteroid belt. Okay, now with respect to that of dwarf planets, one dwarf planet is there in the asteroid belt, and all other dwarf planets are there in the Kuiper belt. So within the solar system, between the sun and the Neptune, one dwarf planet. What is the name? Ceres. Beyond Neptune, Pluto. Pluto is also here in the Kuiper belt. Okay. Pluto is also beyond Neptune. So take Pluto, or all other dwarf planets are in this Kuiper belt. Okay. So one similarity between the Kuiper belt and the asteroid belt.
Could you explain that what's in between Sun and Neptune?
Between Sun and Neptune, there is asteroid belt. Asteroid belt में one dwarf planet. ठीक है? Other dwarf planet are in the Kuiper belt.
Okay, sir.
Okay? All other dwarf planet is in the Kuiper belt. ठीक है? Now, at times, have you seen the breaking of the stars? Have you ever seen breaking of the star?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, one student have asked shooting star. Yes, one student have asked ice is present there here. Yes, Kuiper belt में ice is present. ठीक है? But asteroid belt में it is not present. I'm emphasizing this because here is the question. Can you see this question? What is the difference between asteroids and comets? ठीक है, तो comets, I'm coming to this comet. That is what I was about to emphasize. So comets is, can you see these ones? These shooting stars. Can you see this one? So these are comets, and it is coming from where? It is coming from this Kuiper belt actually. Okay. So if you know the difference between asteroid and belt and Kuiper belt, you will better understand that question, and you will be able to attempt that. So if you have ever seen the breaking of the stars or the shooting of the stars, basically what happens is asteroids belt, what happens is at times some rocks, they fall on the earth. From this belt, at times the rock fall on the earth. But when it is falling on the earth, it is falling from a very great distance. Speed is very, very high. Okay, speed is very, very high. And earth may we have atmosphere. So when that rock enters the earth atmosphere will create friction. Because of that friction, that rock will heat up and it will catch fire, and it will then fall on the earth. So that fiery object, okay, that is called as meteor. Okay, that is meteor. Okay, and many such rocks falling on the earth, so it will appear many fire is approaching the earth. Okay, and so the term meteor shower is used. Okay, meteor shower is used. I hope you're getting these things. Okay, so this rock which is coming towards the earth, that is called as a meteoroid. When it have caught fire and it is burning, it is called as a meteor. But at times what happens, when the rock is very big, it will burn up, and it will become small, and then it will hit the earth. Okay, some leftover material will actually fall on the earth. Okay, so it happens on the daily basis that on the earth, from the space, objects keep falling on the earth, but not in the big size, in the relatively smaller size. So this smaller objects, this is called as a meteoroid. Meteoroid, meteor, meteorite. Okay. Now, if you take the case of this one is also appearing something like fire. Okay, this is called as a comet. Okay, that was called as a meteor. This is called as a comet. In terms of appearance, it will look similar, but they have got a huge difference. That is coming from asteroid belt. It is coming from Kuiper belt. It is coming from Kuiper belt. So Kuiper belt mein there is a region. This region is known as Oort cloud. Okay, this region is known as Oort cloud. So all of these comets, they come out of the Oort cloud. So what is this? Basically, comets have dust particles, they have gas, they have rocks of variable size, and they also have ice crystals. they also have ice crystals. Okay, and then they travel very longer distance into the solar system. Okay, and it will appear it is like a breaking of the star, shooting star is passing by. So that is called as a comet. Okay, with respect to the comet, only one question was asked, the difference between the asteroid belt and the Kuiper belt. Okay, chalo, we'll proceed ahead now. Okay, out here we did revolution. It is time that we do rotation of planets. Rotation of planet is more important. Now again, this is scientific. Again, many number of questions. So we will start. There is no law like that of the revolution of the planets. It is understood only with one statement, that all the planets rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. All the planets rotate in the anti-clockwise direction or west to east direction, except two. That exception is Venus and Uranus. Venus and Uranus, they rotate in east to west direction. So if you can see over here, with respect to revolution में no problem. Revolution में all are west to east. But rotation में two exceptions. So rotation में all exception is Venus and Uranus. Venus and Uranus rotate in the clockwise direction, or you say east to west direction. As I had asked one question to you, which is a sleeping planet. So the sleeping planet is called as a Uranus. Why it is called as a sleeping planet? Because with respect to that of the Earth, so if you take the Earth axis of rotation, so you know it very well that Earth is tilted by 23.5 degrees. Yes or no? The Earth is tilted by 23.5. So Earth is not straight, Earth is tilted by 23.5 and it rotates this way. On the other hand, Uranus is tilted by 97 degree. Okay, it is tilted by 97 degree. Okay, so when an object is tilted by such degree, then this is 97 degree. So when we are standing, our axis of rotation is vertical. Our axis of rotation is vertical, and when we are sleeping, okay, and while sleeping, when we are rotating, okay, so our axis of rotation is horizontal. Yes or no? Our axis of rotation is horizontal. So in that context, since it is tilted by almost 90 degree. Okay, so axis of rotation is horizontal. That is the reason why Uranus is called as a sleeping planet. What this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, see, more emphasis has to be given on the concepts, but UPSC is also asking at times very factual question. For example, they had asked question with respect to the Grand Canyon of India, Gandikota Canyon. That is called as the Grand Canyon of India. Okay, the Grand Canyon of India. So that was just either you know or you don't know. There is no concept involved over there. Okay. Now, chalo, very good. One student have asked why Venus is called as a morning star and evening star. Chalo, there was a UPSC question on this also. Since one student have asked, let me explain that. Greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gases. What is the job of the greenhouse gas? To keep the atmosphere warm. Earth ka carbon dioxide is how much? 0.03% of its atmospheric composition. Okay. Venus ka carbon dioxide concentration, can anyone tell me? It is 96%. So Venus ka atmosphere is 96% carbon dioxide. So Venus may, because of this, greenhouse effect is very, very high. Because of this, what happens is Venus is very, very hot. Very hot. So if I say which is the hottest planet, so you may say, so Mercury is closest to Sun, so Mercury may be hottest. No, it is Venus. Venus is the hottest planet. It is so hot that from far off distance it appears as if it is burning. Okay, from far off distance it appears as if it is burning. So if you see Venus from Earth, it will not look like a planet, it will look like a star. Okay, it will look like a star. Venus is a planet, but because of so much of carbon dioxide, greenhouse effect is there. It is very, very hot. From far off distance, it appears like a star. Now, why it is called as a morning or evening? Why this term? Because it is in the evening, when the sunlight is going and when the darkness is coming. Okay, Venus, since it is very, very bright, and since it is close to that of the Earth also. Okay, it is closest to that of the Earth. If you see in terms of Venus and Mars, the closest planet is not Mars, the closest is Venus. Okay, so it is very much visible with the naked eye. You all have seen Venus. We all have seen Venus early in the evening. So Venus appears bright. Okay, so you can see that in the early evening, and as the time passes and it is more darker, so all the other stars are visible. So in all so many stars, you will not be able to recognize which is Venus. Okay? You will not be able to recognize. Similarly, early in the morning, as the light is coming, all the other stars you are not able to see, but Venus is closest. It is bright also. So you can continue to see Venus even in the late morning. Take care. And when it is complete sunrise, then of course you cannot see the Venus also. So that is the reason why it is called as morning and evening. Got this thing? Yes? Chalo. So if you, I always appreciate if student ask me questions. Take care. And I will also ask you question. Chalo, attempt question number 11, please. Question number 11. Don't attempt answer in 2 seconds. Read the question also. If you have already attempted these questions in past, very good. Okay, you attempt it again. So assertion is existence of human life on Venus is highly improbable. Improbable means possibility is very, very less. True? Yes. Reason, Venus has extremely high level of carbon dioxide in its atmosphere. Because of that, greenhouse effects takes place. Because of that, life is improbable. Correct? Hai? A is the answer. Chalo, very good. Okay, shall we proceed? So there is only one law or whatever you say. It is not a law, but one statement that all the planets except Venus and Uranus revolve in the anti-clockwise direction. Now, all the effects of rotation of the planets. The effects of the rotation of the planets we will see only in the context of that of the Earth. These are 5 important effects. Very, 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 very important. Okay. So, shall I proceed? So far, if anyone have any doubts, please keep on asking. Because these are some physics related things are there, and you are seeing that we are trying to interrelate every time with the questions. So all of these things will be interrelated. So very first thing is oblate shape of the Earth, and on all of these 5 effects questions are there. Okay. Oblate shape of the Earth. So you consider the Earth, and it is rotating. Okay. So anything in rotation. So what is one force acts on an object when it is rotating? Can you tell me what is that force? Very good. Excellent. Centrifugal force. Okay, centrifugal force. So any object is rotating, centrifugal force. So what is centrifugal? That from the axis of rotation, the object tends to being thrown away. The object tends to be thrown away. Okay. So in that case, what happens is, what have happened that over a period of time, the Earth, which was circular in nature, you consider this axis of rotation. You consider this vertical axis of rotation. So from this axis of rotation, these objects, the Earth ka, okay, just try to understand this physics. You are here at the equator. At the equator, the distance of the surface of the Earth from this axis will be relatively more. And you take this, or you go ahead, or you reach the pole. At pole, you are on that axis itself. So here the distance is more. Again, same formula. Speed equals to distance upon time. So speed is directly proportional to distance. Yes or no? Speed is directly proportional to distance. Here the distance is more. So speed of rotation will be more. Yes or no? Speed of rotation. Here the distance is less. So speed of rotation is also less. Yes or no? So what happens is, over here the centrifugal force is more. So what happens is, object tends to be thrown away from this axis of rotation. So you must have visited this fair over there, that jhula. What do you say?
Yes, sir.
That horse wala jhula. If you have ever sat merry-go-round. So when it is starting, it is the rod, the rod of that horse is absolutely straight, and as the speed picks up, then you tend to be thrown away. The horse tends to be thrown away. Why? Centrifugal force. Okay, so that object tend to be thrown away. So Earth have become bulgy from the center, and it have become flattened from the poles. Okay. So anything in the yes, Karthik have asked, sir, please explain again. So see, anything in rotation, centrifugal force is acting, the object tend to be thrown away. So over here the centrifugal force is relatively higher. Okay, so object tends to be thrown away. So the Earth have become broadened, bulgy from the center. The material for this bulginess was compensated from the pole side. The pole side mein Earth got flattened, equator side mein Earth got bulgy. Okay. So this shape of the Earth is called as a geoid shape. The shape of the Earth is geoid. And how this has become? This has become because of rotation. Chalo, what was the UPSC question? We'll try to understand this over here. We have already seen this formula, gravity ka. Gravity is directly proportional to the product of mass and inversely proportional to the distance. Inversely proportional to distance. Gravity is inversely proportional to distance. More distance, less gravity. So two object is there in the space. When they are at far off distance, gravitational force of pulling is less. So it is not that big object is pulling the smaller object. Smaller object is also pulling the bigger object toward itself. Because small object will also have some mass. So sun is pulling the Earth toward itself. Earth is also pulling the sun toward it. If I take Earth and human beings. The human being is an object, Earth is another object. Earth is pulling the human being toward itself. Gravity is being acted. Human being is also pulling the Earth toward itself. Okay. So out here now, with respect to that of gravity we understood, let us go to another formula. Another formula is weight. Weight is equals to mass into gravity. Weight of an object is equals to mass into gravity. More the gravity, more the weight. There are two formulas that I am correlating. One is gravity ka formula given. This is the Newton's law of gravitational force, which says it is the gravitational force between two objects is equal to the product of mass of the two objects and square of the distance between the two objects. More the mass, more the gravitational pull. More the distance, less the gravitational pull. Okay. and any celestial body, any body. You take sun and planet, you take two planets, you take moon and the planet, you take planet and the human beings. Getting this? Any two object you take. Formula is same. ठीक है. Second formula is weight. Weight का formula. Weight is equals to mass into gravity. ठीक है. Weight is equals to mass into gravity, which means weight is directly proportional to gravity. Which means more gravity, more weight, less gravity, less weight. ठीक है. Can so out here now, on the basis of these two formula, we are trying to understand one question. Here is this question. See, this question is very important question, because it is lot of having a lot of concept. Question number 16. I have partially given you the idea. I cannot give you the full idea and then give you the question, else you will not make any mistake only. Okay, I will partially explain you, give you the question, apply your brain. If you are making mistake, it is good. Okay, because you will not repeat that in the exam hall. After that, I will explain again the another half. Chalo, some says A, some says D, some said B also. Only C is remaining. Chalo, so most of the answer is revolving around A, B and D. Okay, no issues, good attempt. Okay, so out here now, what does this say? So the weight of the body decreases with the increase of latitude on the earth. So you must be knowing what is latitude, you must be knowing what is weight, you must be knowing the shape of the earth. Lot of concept is there. Okay. So out here, now you tell me, because of this rotation of the earth over 4.6 billion years, okay, what have happened is earth have become bulgy at the equator, and the equator pe the value is, the radius ka value is 6392 kilometer, and at the pole it has become flattened, so the distance is 6371 kilometer. This is radius, so earth is not complete spherical. Radius is different, more at the equator, less at the pole. From here, tell me, where is the gravity value more, equator pe or pole pe?
Pole.
Yes, so gravity is more over here, yes or no? And it is because of less distance. Less distance. So more or less I'm saying in the context of each other. Take in the context of each other. Over here, gravity is less gravity because of more distance. So over here gravity is less, over here gravity is more, and this is equator. Equator hai to 0 degree latitude, pole hai to 90 degree latitude. So I am going from equator towards pole. So what will happen? Gravity is increasing, and as the gravity is increasing, weight is increasing. Yes or no? Weight is increasing. So which means I am going from equator towards pole. Weight is also increasing. Low latitude, high latitude. I am going from low latitude to high latitude. Weight is increasing. Excellent. Understanding or not? I know there are a lot of concepts, but can you see the UPSC is asking question also, na?
Yes, sir.
So we have seen rotation की वजह से this shape have got changed, and we have also seen gravity. ठीक है, gravity is an interplay of the radius, and we have also seen weight and gravity. Weight is directly proportional to gravity. ठीक है, more gravity, more weight. ठीक है, so less gravity, less weight, more gravity, more weight. So less gravity से more gravity, less weight से more weight. ठीक है, so now if you can Yes.
Can you please once again explain why there is more gravity at the pole and less at the equator?
See, gravity is indirectly proportional to the radius. If the radius value is more, gravity will be less. ठीक है? Over here at the equator, the radius value is more, na? As compared to that of the pole. So when the radius is more, gravity will be less. And when the gravity is less, weight will be also less. When the gravity is less, weight will be less. ठीक है? Got it? So it means if you weigh yourself, if you take your own weight, if you weight yourself at the equator, you will be, your weight value will be less. If you weight yourself, go to the pole and weight yourself there, you will see that your weight have increased. It is not because you have become fat. It is because gravity value have increased. If you weight yourself, if you weight yourself on moon, you go to the moon and weight yourself. So you will feel the value will be more or less, weight value.
It will be less.
Yes, it will be less. Why?
Due to gravity.
Yes. Gravity on moon is less, so your weight will be less.
Okay, less.
You go to sun and you weight yourself. ठीक है? Ideally, चलो, you went on sun, you weight yourself. तो sun पे gravity value will be more or less.
More.
Yes, weight value will be more or less.
More. It will be more.
Yes. Getting the logic?
Yes.
चलो, who was asking me the question?
Namita.
Yes, ma'am. Tell me.
No, I just asked the question also.
ठीक है. So, statement है, weight of the body decreases with the increase of latitude. Right or wrong?
Wrong. Increases.
हाँ, increases with the increase of latitude. मतलब low latitude से you're going towards high latitude. Means 0 degree से you're going towards 90 degree. तो gravity value increases. तो gravity value increase. तो weight will also increase. No, it will not decrease. Assertion is wrong. ठीक है? Earth is not a perfect sphere. This is true. ठीक है? So D is the answer. A is false. R is true. Are you getting these type of question these days in UPSC? They are writing statement 1 and statement 2. Yes or no? So this type of question were also asked in the past. ठीक है? These are easy type of questions. Statement wala questions are usually easy. That that new type of format, only one, only two, only three, that type of options are relatively difficult. But these type of questions are relatively easy. ठीक है? चलो, proceeding ahead. What is the another effect of the rotation? Because of the rotation, we also get day and night. Yes or no? We get day and night.
Yes.
Okay. Now day and night is because of the rotation, but variation in the length of the day and night time. Summer में day is longer. ठीक है? Winter में day is shorter. So why this variation in terms of length of daytime and night time? This is because of revolution. So day and night is because of rotation, and variation in length of day and night is because of revolution. I hope you got this. But not only revolution with tilting. Revolution में tilting. You consider that this is sun. You consider this is sun and this is earth. ठीक है? Case one is earth is not tilted. When earth is not tilted, the amount of the sunlight reaching on the earth will be same, na? Be it earth in any of the position. ठीक है? The amount of the sunlight reaching the earth will be same. Now the earth is tilted. When the earth is tilted, so you consider north hemisphere and you consider south hemisphere. ठीक है? So when it is in this position, okay, so north hemisphere will be receiving more sunlight. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So the length of the daytime will be longer. South hemisphere will be away from the sun. To south में it will be winter, and length of the daytime will be shorter. You consider after 6 months, the earth is in this position. ठीक है? Is it visible? The earth is in this position. So south hemisphere will be towards the sun. Yes or no? South hemisphere towards the sun, तो south hemisphere का day will be longer. North hemisphere away from the sun, तो north hemisphere का day will be shorter. So why this variation happened? Not only because of revolution के साथ साथ tilting. If I'm doing more tilting, अब Earth is tilted by 90 degree. So can I say variation will increase more?
Yes, sir.
20 यहाँ पे साउथ पोल में 24 hours का डे. Yes or no? तो there is no night only. And North Pole में 24 hours का night, no day only. And after 6 months, North Pole में 24 hours का day, South Pole में 24 hours का night. So, along with the variation in length of daytime and nighttime, can I also say climate will also become extreme? Can I say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, with the tilting effect, can climate change happen?
Yes, can be.
Yes. ठीक है, it definitely happened. So climate change is not only because of anthropogenic factor, it is also because of natural factor. And the tilting have there was variation in tilting in the past also. Earth may variation have happened. Presently it is 23.5 na. In the past it was 22 also till 24. So there was variation in the tilting of the earth also. Because of that, climate change had also happened. So
can we say due to anthropogenic causes, the earth is like little bit tilted more?
Arey nahi. No. Tilting of the earth is
because there's a shift in the tilting because of the construction activity in the earth.
That is very minor. That is not shift in the tilting. That is shift in terms of rotation speed. That is not because of, it did not cause the change in the tilting. It caused population load. Some student is saying population. The population on the earth is because of earth ka material only. Na Mars ka population have not come on earth. So even if there is 10 billion population, so that 10 billion population is again because of the material of that of the earth only. So earth ka material will remain constant, na?
No, I'm not talking about material. Like there are a lot of construction activity going on every day. So that has been like I read it in news only.
Yes. I did not wanted to go into the detail, but chalo, since we have talked about it, we have said that anything in rotation there is a angular momentum. है ना, angular momentum, and angular momentum को formalize mass, velocity, radius, yes or no? तो if I'm यहाँ का pole का let us say सारा material उठा के I have put over here on the equator, ठीक है, construction I did here, यहाँ का material उठाया and I have put it over here. So can I change the momentum of this region? Yes or no? Yes. I'm adding more mass over here. So over here mass is added, the momentum can be changed, na? Yes, momentum, yes. So in that way, ma'am, that you are saying कि construction activities से the momentum change हुआ है. And very if you are not aware, China have constructed one of the biggest dam. So dam में construction, the dam में what happens is lot of water will be stored there. Yes or no? Lot of water will be stored. Yes. So water will have certain mass. So because of that, ठीक है, because of that angular momentum will be affected, and because of that the rotation can be affected. ठीक है, चलो, shall we proceed ahead now? Can you attempt question number 15, please? Everyone attempt question number 15. So yes, variation in the length of daytime and nighttime from season to season are due to the revolution of the earth on the tilted axis. Chalo, 5 minutes more I shall be taking. Okay, and the rest I will be continuing tomorrow. ठीक है?
Okay.
Okay. Chalo, everyone, this 5 minutes will be important. With respect to the third effect, time and date. since Earth is rotating, that is why time is changing. Yes or no? And when the time is changing, it means date will also be changing. Now, in order to understand time and date, let us go to this concept of latitude and longitude. Chalo, quickly everyone over here. Latitude, longitude is not very well understood by many students, so they usually make mistakes over here. There are many questions here also. So latitude first we'll see. So these are nothing but the horizontal lines. Okay, these are nothing but the horizontal lines, and these are usually used for the measurement of distance. Okay. On the other hand, longitudes are the vertical lines from pole to pole. These are used for the measurement of time. And if I take latitude and longitude both, it is used for the measurement of specific point or location. So Google map that you use, to latitude longitude ka interactions, they tell you the specific point or specific location. Okay. With respect to this latitude, these latitudes that are parallel lines. Okay, parallel means they do not intersect. On the other hand, longitude, they intersect at poles. When they are parallel, so the distance between them will be constant. You take any two latitude, so the distance between the two latitude is constant. It is 111 kilometer. On the other hand, longitude, since they intersect, so at the point of intersection, the distance will be 0 kilometer. But at the equator, okay, in the middle, the distance is maximum 111 kilometer. Okay. Now, latitudes, you can see this 0 degree latitude divides the Earth into North Hemisphere and South Hemisphere. And if you proceed towards from the 0 degree, which is the equator, if you proceed on the either side, the size of the latitudes keeps on decreasing. The biggest latitude is equator. The smallest latitude is pole. The size of latitude, see, the distance between latitude remain constant, but size of latitude, they keeps on decreasing. So equator is biggest latitude, then it becomes smaller, 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 and ultimately it becomes the video was paused. From where should I repeat?
So when you started to explain latitude, it was paused after that.
Acha. Chalo, once again, latitude and longitude. So basically, latitudes are horizontal lines, okay, and these lines are parallel, okay, and the latitudes are used for the measurement of distance. Longitudes are these vertical lines from pole to pole, okay, and these lines are used for the measurement of time. And if you take latitude and longitude collectively, it is used for the measurement of a location. Okay, so Google Map mein this concept is used, latitude, longitude, to help you with the location, specific location. If you take in terms of latitude, the distance between the latitude is 111 kilometer, and this distance is constant since these are parallel lines. If you take longitude, they intersect at the poles. So distance is not constant. The longest distance is at the equator, which is 111 kilometer, and the shortest distance is 0 kilometer, of course, which is at poles. This latitude, if you take 0 degree latitude, it divides the Earth into North Hemisphere and South Hemisphere. Likewise, there is a 0 degree longitude. It divides the Earth into East Hemisphere and West Hemisphere. Okay. This 0 degree latitude is called as the equator. Since Earth is tilted by 23.5 degree, so maximum sunlight goes perpendicular up to 23.5 degree, ya to north, ya to 23.5 degree south. So this 23.5 degree have got some significance. Sunlight maximum, see, sunlight go to the North Pole also, but not exactly perpendicular. So perpendicular sunlight is still 23.5 degree north. Let us say Earth was not tilted. So perpendicular sunlight would have always been on equator. Let us say Earth was tilted by 90 degree. Perpendicular sunlight would have reached up to 90 degree. But here Earth is tilted by 23.5. So perpendicular sunlight is on 23.5 degree. Ya to north pe, and after 6 months it is 23.5 degree on the south. So that is the reason why these latitudes are important. Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, which means between these latitude, Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, sunlight is perpendicular at least twice a year. 6 months this side and 6 months another side. Okay. And on the other region, sunlight do reaches okay, but not perpendicular. 66.5 degree north is Arctic Circle, 90 degree north is the North Pole. This 23.5 degree north to south, this region is called as a tropical region, also known as the torrid zone. Between Tropic of Cancer and this 66.5 degree, this Arctic Circle, this is known as a temperate zone. See, please understand these things. In 2019, there was a question. 2019 and 2022 also, twice question was asked on this latitude and longitude, concept-based question. Okay. So this is tropical region, also known as torrid region. This is temperate, and finally, beyond that is the frigid zone. Okay. With respect to that of the longitude is rather more important. Okay, so longitude mein, if I open up the longitude, you consider I'm opening up the longitude like on a plain sheet of paper. So if you open up the longitude, so Earth is a sphere. So a sphere is 360 degree. Okay, it is 360 degree. Okay. So 360 degree. So you consider one longitude, which is 0 degree longitude. 0 degree longitude is called as a prime meridian or GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. Okay. And towards the right of 0 degree, it is East Hemisphere. Towards the left is West Hemisphere. Okay. So if you consider the Earth, on a sheet of the paper, and if I'm considering that that this is 0 degree. Okay, imagine this is 0 degree. I'm opening it this way. Okay, so this is the East Hemisphere, this is the West Hemisphere, 0 degree in between. So 0 se I'm going behind, it will be 180 degree. So 0 se leke, this is 180 degree longitude. Again 0 se leke I'm going behind this way. So this is 180 degree. So 180 degree will be meeting behind. Yes or no? So this will be forming a complete 360 degree longitude. I hope you're getting this thing. So this 180 degree longitude, either towards the east or towards the west, is called as the international dateline. Ideal, international dateline. There was a prelims question on ideal also, international dateline. So now consider, I'm considering that 0 degrees here, 0 degrees somewhere here, beach mein. Okay, so 0 se leke 180 degree behind, 0 se leke 180 degree behind. Okay, so I'm opening it 180 degree in between. 180 degree you consider is in between. So 0 degrees here and 0 degrees here also. You getting this? I'm opening it the other way. Okay, opening it the other way. Okay, so 180 degree is in between. So 180 degree east, yeah, 180 degree west. Same, na? It is international dateline in between. And 0, 0. Okay, so 0 degree is the prime meridian. Okay, so 0 ke right mein it was East Hemisphere. 0 ke left mein it was West Hemisphere. Okay, it will remain the same. 0 ke right mein it is East Hemisphere. 0 ka left mein it is West Hemisphere. Same. Chalo. So now on the Earth, the date is not same. The date is not same. Chalo, today is 9th January. Okay, so it is 9th January. Okay, 9th January. So East Hemisphere mein it is 9th January today. West Hemisphere mein it is still 8th January. 8th January or 10th January?
10th January.
In
West it is 8 and in East it will eastward we are getting.
So eastward mein time sunlight falls first या west में?
East first.
Yes, see, this is the sun ray, okay, and this is the Earth. So Earth is rotating in the west to east direction, no? West to east direction. So East Hemisphere will have sunlight first. Okay, east will be towards the sunlight. So east where sunlight comes first, so east where time will be first. So east where date will be first. Okay, west is still in the darkness. So now the West Hemisphere will be coming. Now West Hemisphere will be getting the date. Are you understanding the date and the time? So East Hemisphere. Okay, had the Earth been rotating the other way, let us say it was rotating the other way. Okay, it was rotating from east to west. तो west hemisphere में first sunlight would be there, ठीक है, and the scenario would have been different. Getting this? So the west hemisphere will be lagging. The east hemisphere is leading. तो इस hemisphere में 9th January, 8th January on the west hemisphere. So now let us say this one longitude is dividing this date, right? This one longitude is dividing this date. If I just cross this line, will the date change? Yes. So if you are standing here very close to this, and in 2 minutes, let us say you changed over here. So for you, date will be changed, na?
Yes, sir.
So let us say 8th January mein there was something very, very like your friend's birthday was there and you missed that birthday. So you take your friend on the other side, okay? You will get the 8th January again. You celebrate the birthday. Yes or no? See, so in the case of 31st January, usually it is seen. 31st January mein, so 31st January over here, to East Hemisphere, यहाँ पे it will be 30th January.
Yes,
to some religious people on the 31st ka night. So 31st ka night, they do the bhajan kirtan the whole night. But their religious sentiment fulfill nahi hota hai. They want to celebrate one more day. Then what they do is they take a flight and they go to this west hemisphere. तो यहाँ पे 1st January होगा तो again 31st December मिल जाएगा. So they are gaining the time. Are you understanding this? 31st December they are getting 2 times. ठीक है. So when you are moving eastward of international date line, you will reach the west hemisphere. You moving eastward, but reaching the west hemisphere, you will gain the time. Prelims question. ठीक है. And चलो यहाँ पे 1st January हो गया. 2 बार 31st आपने सेलिब्रेट किया. 1st January here. तो यह 2nd January ना? Yes or no? यहाँ से पे 2nd January. So when you thought कि चलो भाई let us go back. When you came back over here, तो 31st को गए थे, ठीक है. 2nd day आए हैं, but you are getting the 2nd January over here. One day which you had gained while moving eastward will be lost while moving westward again. So gaining of the time is only one time phenomena. You can gain one day in your life only once. When you return back, that gain time will be lost again. ठीक है?
Okay. Yes,
ठीक है. So that is the thing. इंटरनेशनल डेटलाइन का कॉन्सेप्ट. इंटरनेशनल डेटलाइन की ईस्टवर्ड में गेनिंग द टाइम, इंटरनेशनल डेटलाइन के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में वेस्टवर्ड मूवमेंट विल लूज द टाइम. ठीक है. And here UPSC had asked one factual question related to this international dateline. So international dateline and 180-degree longitude are not same. Time travel, this is not time travel. Someone is saying time travel is possible. ये time travel थोड़ी है ये. So out here now 180-degree longitude, ठीक है, 180-degree longitude and international dateline. We'll try to see these things. ठीक है. So the dotted one is 180-degree longitude. ठीक है. East longitude या west longitude same. On the other hand, this red line that you can see, this red line is international date line. So ideally 180-degree longitude, if I consider international date line as straight line, can you see this region, the small part, take it from in the small part, this international date line would have passed. So this is the Siberia region of Russia. ठीक है. So if I would have taken 180-degree straight, then what would have happened? So this region would have 2 different dates, no? So one country, 2 dates. Administration would have become difficult. Yes or no? Administration would have been difficult. एक country में 2 date. तो what they did कि चलो international date line है, imaginary line है, चलो थोड़ा सा bend कर देते हैं. Let us bend a little. So they bent. चलो let us pass through the sea. क्योंकि through the sea, चलो no country is there, so there will be no issue. But sea में there are islands. ठीक है. America would have some island over here. Then some these Micronesia, Polynesia countries will have some island over here. Russia will have some island over here. So Russia will say ki, my island will have my date only, so I will bend it more. ठीक है? So they have bent it more. Getting this? So here are two statements. One is the international date line do not cross a country, else it would have two different dates. ठीक है? Do not cross, so it is banned. Second is international date line is not universally accepted date line because islands are usually controversial. If Russia will say कि this island belongs to me, the international date line he will bend it accordingly. USA say no, this island belongs to me, so he will bend it accordingly. So he will say as per me this is my international date line, he will say as per me this is my international date line. So there is no consensus over international date line. They are not universally accepted. Got this thing?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So what question UPSC had asked कि international date line passes through which all sea. So it will start from North Pole and in the South Pole. The North Pole में Arctic Ocean is there, and then Chukchi Sea. ठीक है, if you can see, it passes through Chukchi Sea. Then this strait. ठीक है, this is the Bering Strait, Bering Sea, Pacific Ocean, Ross Sea, and Antarctica. Antarctica does not belong to any specific country. Okay, so Antarctica में there is no issues. ठीक है? The UPSC question was the international date line passes through which strait? The international date line passes through the Bering Strait. Here was the question. Yes. Which one of the following strait is nearest to the international date line? Malacca Strait, Bering Strait, Strait of Florida, Strait of Gibraltar. So it is a Bering Strait. The rest other strait also you should be doing. Okay. Chalo. So I should stop over here. ठीक है? And with respect to that of this appearance of moon and with respect to that of these equinox and solstice, I will be taking in the tomorrow's class. Ideally I should have completed it today, but since we started little late, so I did not wanted to just run with the syllabus. So I'll take this tomorrow. 15-20 minutes more it will take for the completion. After that we will start with the geomorphology. Okay. So some piece of advice I would like to repeat again over here. Please take the printout of this handwritten notes, because this is I have written for you so that you don't have to write. Okay, and you take the printout and then you attend the class. It will be more convenient for you. And previous year's question bank I'm going to share it today, so you take the printout of that also. Okay, then the PPT for every topic is available. As and when I will keep switching between these PPT wherever needed, and there are some content on the available in the PPT also. Okay, so with respect to some factual things, okay, with respect to these moon, with respect to that of the sun, some factual things are there. Okay, here with respect to Venus, I have mentioned this 96% carbon dioxide for the Venus. So some additional materials are also there. Okay, so you can add this in your handwritten notes also. You can or you can refer from the PPT. PPTs are very lengthy because I have to put in a lot of images. There are in between I have also put the questions also. Okay, so this may become little longer. So first preference handwritten notes. After that, see the PPT. Having done these two, read NCERT. So tomorrow I am going to take geomorphology. So what is the homework for that geomorphology? NCERT notes of yours, PYQ will be enough. Yes, it will be sufficient. On the concept related things, I can I can assure you that what content I am giving is more than sufficient. Okay, you don't need to become master in geography. This extra effort, extra energy and extra time can be dedicated to dynamic subjects like science and environment and mapping current affair mapping. Okay, geography I will be taking care, so don't worry. Yes, tomorrow onwards I am taking mapping also. Be ready with the atlas also. Okay. And I will be.
Prelims purpose is more than enough, right, sir?
Sorry, ma'am.
Sir, for prelims purpose, it is more than enough, right?
Yes, it is more than sufficient. More than sufficient. Even difficult level questions can be attempted. Okay. Provided you don't skip NCERT. NCERT 11th standard and 12th standard don't skip. At least 11th don't skip. So for tomorrow, I have given you the homework. One more homework is, since tomorrow I'm going to start with geomorphology. So you have already studied geography in the past, right? You may have done through your foundation class, or you may have read at least the 11th standard NCERT. So for tomorrow geomorphology chapter, I would suggest 11th standard ka NCERT chapter number 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. ठीक है. 3 to chapter number 7 is geomorphology, and chapter number 8 to chapter number 12 is climatology. So for tomorrow's class, if you read today in advance, tomorrow's class will be more smooth. ठीक है. So since today's class you should have read yesterday, but yesterday there was no class, so and hardly one chapter is there. So after finishing solar system ka chapter, immediately jump to geomorphology and then attend tomorrow's class. Secondly, if you have made your own notes, okay, of previous geography foundation class, if you have made your own notes, revise that and attend the class. Okay. This class is not the one wherein 100% new things will be there. Maximum things will be the one which you have already studied. The objective is to go little fast, to take important topic for this year's prelims exam. Something if it is going in the news, we'll try to incorporate that also. Handout read or not. See handout ko third priority mein dal do. Okay. If there are already a lot of things, my handwritten notes, my PPT, NCERT, you will not be able to do this much also. ठीक है? With respect to my number, you can note it down. Okay, this is my number. If it is visible, 8898737511. I will be mostly available on the Telegram, so you can message your doubts. So whenever you have your doubts, take the photo of the question or any material which you are finding it difficult. You send me the photo, take care, and I will try to reply, and over the message also or over the call also. Take care. Chalo. So see you all tomorrow. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I was having doubt. So meteors will consist only of rocks only.
Yes, mostly rocks.
And comets will mostly derive from, they will be the part of dwarf planet only, because that whole belt is of dwarf planet.
No.
And meteors will not.
No. It is not dwarf planet. It is Oort cloud. The comet is coming from where? Kuiper belt, right? Comet is coming from the Kuiper belt. So, and the Kuiper belt have one region. That region is called as a Oort cloud. ठीक है? Kuiper belt में Oort cloud is also there. Kuiper belt में some dwarf planets is also there. So dwarf planet and comet is don't relate that. Oort cloud is that region from where the comet is coming. And this comet will have ice crystals also. Okay, the comet will have ice crystals also, but the meteor will not have ice crystals, because being relatively close to that of the sun, melting have taken place. This is very, very far away from the sun, so ice is still there.
Sir, Oort cloud is far away from Kuiper belt, you mean to say. It is not a part of Kuiper belt.
It is a part of Kuiper belt.
Okay.
It is a region. Chalo, so it is Kuiper belt. Kuiper belt ke andar Oort cloud, and from Oort cloud comets are coming. And Kuiper belt outside Oort cloud, another region. There are dwarf planet also. Dwarf planet is randomly, revolving. Okay.
Yes. So.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, that angular momentum. So that I didn't understood. Means why it will not throw away? You said that due to angular momentum, it will not go out of that elliptical order.
Because of conservation of angular momentum, I said. Conservation of angular momentum. Okay. Conservation means what? No change. Okay, so overall the see, the velocity is fast over here, but radius is less, na? The velocity is less, but radius is more. So if you calculate the value of angular momentum, the value of angular momentum remains constant. Velocity is more, but radius is less. Velocity is less, but radius is more. So if you try to find the value of angular momentum is same, which means angular momentum is not changing, which means it will continue to remain in the same orbit. Let us say momentum was more, it will come out of the orbit. Momentum is less, it will fall inside the sun. Getting this?
Okay, sir. Yes.
Chalo, more doubts? You can...
Rotation of period will be different for different planets, no?
Yes. Rotation is different. Yes, rotation is different and revolution is also different.
It may be less or small, doesn't matter. Means revolution will depend on distance, but rotation will not depend on anything. So
yes, it can be more or less also. Absolutely. It had nothing to do with the distance.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I have shared my number. No, I have already shared my number. You can rest all other doubts as you will be reading NCERT today. Okay, kahan gaya number? Chalo, I'm writing it again. As you will be reading your NCERT today, so you may be having some doubts. Okay, so you can contact me on this number. Okay, try to message me on the Telegram. That is more convenient to me. Chalo, take care everyone, and I had extended the class because we started a little late, and I hope you were able to understand the lecture. The lecture will remain very scientific, it will remain technical. That is why I'm insisting and requesting you to attend the class live, because you are able to interact directly while explaining the concepts. To those students who are not in a position to attend the live class, you can still ask me doubts after you have seen the video lecture. Okay? The subsequent class will all still be scientific in nature. Regarding the other things, I don't know. Afternoon class session, I don't know. Really don't know. So you speak to the management regarding that. Okay? Chalo, take care everyone. Goodbye.